Where? I hope not down below.
Me too. I don't have that kind of room.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Yo, good morning, everybody. Evan and Tiki, a little after 10 o'clock here on a Tuesday in New York City. I'm very, very excited because about a half hour before the show, Sean Morash comes up to me and says, guys, I have exclusive New York Jets news. And I said, what? You?
How you?
How you? But I do trust Sean. Sean had exclusive news around the Giants that turned out to be true a couple of months ago. So in a few short minutes, Sean is going to share with Tiki and I his exclusive Jets news. And the only hint he gave me is it's not good news. So that's great. But we do have confirmed breaking news around the New York Giants. And you just heard it with Boomer and Gio. They have an offensive coordinator. And that is Matt Nagy, the former OC of the Kansas City Chiefs, is now the offensive coordinator for John Harbaugh and the New York Giants. Tiki Barber, A, how are you? And B, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I like this pick. In fact, you know, when the offseason head coaching carousel first started, a name that I brought up was Matt Nagy.
You did.
Why has he been in coaching purgatory ever since his, what I think is being viewed as a failed stint in Chicago, even though if you go back and take it in context of who his quarterbacks were, Mitch Trubisky, who he won, I think, double-digit games
12 and 4.
Yeah, one of those years. And after that started to fade and he couldn't get more out of Mitch Trubisky, they shifted to the unbelievable Pro Bowl alternate who turned it down, Justin Fields. You hear that, right? You guys heard that, right?
Yes.
They got down to Justin Fields for the AFC quarterback in the Pro Bowl, and he said no.
I believe I'm responsible for that.
Wow.
Do you remember a week ago?
I know.
I compared Shador's numbers to Fields' numbers and said, Justin's better. What are we doing here?
Anyways, his last season in Chicago was with Justin Fields as a rookie, so you can imagine how excellent that was. And he gets fired, and he has not gotten a shot at being a head coach again. Instead, he goes back to the Kansas City Chiefs, where he wins a couple of Super Bowls, and even though he's not calling plays, he's largely viewed as a pretty good offensive coordinator. And so, not that I've been high on him, but I kind of like this hire, mainly because of what he employs and what he likes to do offensively. I think is going to fit with Jackson Dart, and I got to tell you, I'm telling you, you hear it right now. The person who's going to benefit most is Theo Johnson. As long as he learns how to catch the damn ball.
Wow.
Theo Johnson is going to be heavily utilized in this offense.
Yeah, so the thing with Matt Nagy is the reason the Chiefs let him go is because he wanted to call plays.
Yeah.
And Andy Reid came out and said, hey, this is a guy who deserves to call plays. He didn't call plays in Kansas City because, as we all know, the great Andy Reid should be a first-ballot Hall of Famer, but probably won't be based on the way the Hall of Fame works. He's been calling plays.
Well, I think when Andy Reid retires, he's really going to retire.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Bill Belichick is probably not retired.
When Andy retires, he's going to be 107. So, yeah, they'll just stick him in the Hall of Fame. The thing about Matt Nagy is that, and I'm not telling you it's a bad hire by any stretch, I'm just going through his history real quick. He hasn't called plays a lot.
No, he hasn't.
Because he did it in Chicago, and you mentioned that the Bears went backwards, and on multiple occasions when the Bears were struggling offensively, he would relinquish play-calling duties and hand it to his offensive coordinator. So even in the time in which he had the ultimate power in Chicago, that's something he relinquished multiple times. And obviously the success in Kansas City, not that it should be diminished, but we don't think of Matt Nagy. We think of Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid.
Yeah.
But I think where I would be excited and where I would say this is a good hire is, A, the guy who's doing it, John Harbaugh, who has a history under Andy Reid. They never worked together, Harbaugh and Nagy, but they both come from Philadelphia. John was there before Nagy got there. They both worked for Andy Reid. John has mentioned his relationship with Andy Reid, so I'm sure Andy was on the phone saying, hire this guy.
Right.
He will do a great job developing Jackson Dart, calling plays, and being wonderful.
And designing offense and putting schemes out there that are complex and motion for motion's sakes and giving you pre-snap reads and all those other things that a smart quarterback like Jackson Dart is really going to take advantage of. It's going to be heavily RPO, so I think the run game starts to benefit as well. So this is not something where you're saying, oh, this is an absolute home run. This is the best offensive coordinator that's available. But you're also not saying the opposite. Right? This is, I think, a good hire, especially given who the head coach is.
It's the kind of hire where if things go well for the New York Giants, if they are what Sean thinks, what a lot of people think, Matt Nagy will be gone next year. He'll be the head coach of another team.
Now, if they win 12 games,
yes,
like he did his first year in Chicago,
yes,
yeah, he'll be a head coach somewhere.
And by the way, I don't think that's a problem. I mean, you saw it with Philadelphia over the last few years where when they win, their OC and DCs are gone, then they have to replace them. I like to say that's a problem for next year.
Right. Well, it's a problem that it becomes an issue if you don't hire a good quarterback coach. So now that we've got our offensive coordinator, who's the quarterback coach? Because it better be somebody who's going to be the next offensive coordinator.
Right.
And it's different when you start hiring guys like Charles London with the New York Jets. Like, was he ever going to be an offensive coordinator, or is he always going to be a quarterback coach? And so when you hire that guy who's at his ceiling already for a position like quarterback coach, then you're stopping forward momentum inside the organization. Right. You know what I mean? So whoever's next is now what's interesting to me.
It's also a good problem to have if someone's next, because, again, it means the Giants had success. It means Jackson Dart had great success. But what John has done with this hire is he's at least brought someone in that we're all aware of. We all know Matt Nagy. He's a guy who had a mixed results in terms of coaching in Chicago, as you pointed out, a really good first year with Mitch Trubisky. I mean, you win 12 games in the NFL, you did something right. And then, unfortunately, it just went backwards. Right. And it didn't work. And then he lost his job. And we all know what happened in Chicago. They've actually turned it around now. He goes back to Kansas City. He doesn't call plays, but he certainly helps his value a little bit. And we'll see. We'll see how good this is. Are you pumped up, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, look, again, I wasn't going to be very critical of any John Harbaugh hire, as we keep alluding to that honeymoon phase. But what the Giants have here is a very competent staff with experience. Denard Wilson now is a defensive coordinator with experience as a DC. And Matt Nagy, I mean, you just go through his whole history here. Nagy, I'm sorry. I have to get this right. It's pronounced like Neggy.
It's like Peggy.
Yeah, like Peggy.
Yes.
Matt Nagy.
Yes.
I think is a competent offensive
coordinator. It's got me
coordinator.
Reconsidering former Indian pitcher Charles Nagy. Like, how do you pronounce his name now? I don't even know.
And look, now you have two branches off the Andy Reid tree, and I know Harbaugh's basically become his own tree, but I just think that's competency. And I don't know how I could scream and yell about this. And again, good problem to have. If he takes off with Jackson Dart and he's a head coaching candidate, it could coincide with Todd Monken being fired with Cleveland, in which case you get your guy back anyway.
It's actually a rather somewhat realistic scenario. I think I preferred Cliff Kingsbury because we went through it yesterday on the program. I named like 5 names that had been attached to the Giants. Nagy was one of them, so we talked about him briefly. I preferred Cliff Kingsbury, but it's a solid hire. It's a fine hire. I mean, here's what I know about the New York Giants. Here's what everyone should know about the New York Giants. You are in a competent place when it comes to your coaching staff.
Right.
You can trust who your head coach is, and you can trust who he's bringing in. That leads us to the Jets, who still do not have an offensive coordinator. If you are just tuning in, here's what we know. Here are the facts. Frank Reich is in town, and he's meeting with the Jets. We've heard the name Darryl Bevell.
Yep.
We've heard the name Greg Roman.
Right. Second interview.
Right. So which means it's serious business.
Right. This could be don't let him leave town type of situation.
Very well could be. All I know is the feeling that us Jet fans have is that this franchise doesn't know what they're doing. That's just the feeling we have. The whole Wink Martindale thing felt sloppy. Ugh. The firing or the we're not firing of Tanner Engstrand has felt sloppy. And so as we sit here today on February 3rd, it does feel like the Jets will also name an OC today. It's very different than what we just talked about with the Giants, where there's a level of competence.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what's going to come out of your mouth, but before you say a word, let me vouch for you.
Okay.
Sean is becoming an NFL insider. I don't know how. I guess he talks to a lot of people. He's got sources now. And when he came on the air a few months ago and did the whole thing about Daboll was about to be fired, he turned out to be right. Yes, there was a quibble between you and someone on social media. I forget her name. Nikki. But overall, you guys were both right. Nikki deserves credit. You deserve credit. So I do acknowledge you. What a promo last night by him, by the way. I mean, that was the best thing on TV. I mean, your tribal chief is back, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, no one knows what that means except for 10 people.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, thank you. So I acknowledge you that you have an idea of what you're talking about.
Thank you.
So the floor is yours. Even though he hosts 2 giant podcasts, Sean's got sources. Inform me, Tiki, and the audience this exclusive inside information you have about the status of the New York Jets.
Well, the overarching theme of this is going to be Aaron Glenn has no control over the New York Jets, and this is a Woody Johnson stripping Aaron Glenn control situation.
Wow, that feels like what we wanted, though, is that Aaron Glenn quietly, behind the scenes, without much noise, making stuff happen. That's why he was hired, correct?
Correct, and that has now been basically stripped of him, and it kind of was blindsided by Aaron Glenn. So we all saw the defensive coordinator hire last week, Bucher? We forgot his name already. It doesn't really matter because he's not really the DC, and this is the point.
Brian Duker.
Brian Duker.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Aaron Glenn, we all thought, Aaron Glenn just wants to call the plays. He wants to take control of his own thing. That is not the case. Aaron Glenn did come to an agreement with Wink Martindale, and Aaron Glenn was under the impression he had free reign to hire his coaches. Aaron Glenn let his coaching staff know, hey, you're free to seek other opportunities, as we had read about, and all of a sudden a month changed and everybody got fired, and we're like, well, what the hell happened? Does Aaron Glenn not know what he was doing? Aaron Glenn told those guys, hey, listen, go seek other opportunities. I'm going to try to limit the shakeups here. We're going to hire a real defensive coordinator. We're going to get this thing rolling. When he flew down to Florida to meet with Woody Johnson to get him signing on the dotted line on how much he needed to pay Wink Martindale, Woody Johnson looked Aaron Glenn dead in the eyes and said, I'm paying you $12 million. You're coaching the defense. We're not hiring a defensive coordinator when that is your background. And Aaron Glenn had to turn around on top of it. I'll get to the other coaches in a second. Fly back up and tell Wink Martindale, sorry, Wink, it's not happening.
Wow.
I got to call the defense. And it's Woody Johnson's fault.
Wow.
So it was not an Aaron Glenn Wink Martindale rift. Woody Johnson would not allow Aaron Glenn to hire Wink Martindale to call the plays. And Woody Johnson told him in that meeting, all those guys you told are staying, they're not staying. And Tanner Eggstrom isn't staying around to be part of this offense. Aaron Glenn tried to blame the quarterback. Woody didn't want to hear it. And basically, this entire staff now feels like it's one giant Woody Johnson call.
This is these are Woody hires. Woody-directed hires. And it makes sense because we heard around the Wink Martindale news that Wink was basically telling his potential assistants, we're going to New York. Start making preparations, start looking about where you want to live, those type of things. It was a done deal from the grapevine that we're hearing from Wink Martindale, and then all of a sudden it died on the vine.
Yeah, I keep going.
All right, and then
before I explode.
There's one more part of this too.
Yeah.
The guy we kind of like that's making a lot of the good moves here, Darren Muji.
Yeah.
He has reportedly already been telling people, basically, this is a disaster and I got to get the hell out of here.
Are you kidding me?
And I'm paraphrasing. I don't have a direct
because
quote there.
Woody has gotten hands.
Apparently, the last couple weeks, while Muji's been working things like the Senior Bowl and everything, it has basically been known around NFL circles. Muji's warning people, this is not the place you want to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and Woody Johnson is not the boss you
We
want to
hear
have.
this off the record as well, not from anyone associated with the Jets, but just from others that say the same thing.
Yeah, someone told me this recently. I wanted to punch them in the face until I realized they're not doing anything wrong. They're just telling me something.
And that's it. And I get people going, Jet fans, what is this fat dope? I'm just telling you.
No. I'm gonna let me
It's
just,
a Woody thing.
Let me just say this. All right.
And by the way, we know it's a Woody thing because he fired Robert Saleh after week 4 last season, or 2 seasons ago.
Here's the deal with Woody Johnson. Okay, what you just described has happened before. It is not new. The difference is Woody Johnson waits until he gets handsy. That's the difference. You just mentioned Robert Saleh getting fired. Yeah, he got fired in the middle of year 4.
Right.
That's what Woody does. Woody Johnson hires people and, to his credit, lets them do their job until they are failing, and then he gets handsy. If you're telling me, and I do believe you, I have every reason to believe you because we only got half the story on Wink Martindale. We already knew. Everyone already knew. Connor Hughes was on last week confirming it. Yeah, it was a done deal. And then something happened. He didn't have the specifics, but something happened. The something being Woody Johnson makes complete sense because he's done it before. And if you're telling me before we begin year 2 of this administration, Woody Johnson has already gotten handsy.
Jets administration, by the way.
The Jets administration. What administration do you think I was talking about?
I mean, it kind of coincides with year 2 of the other.
Oh, well, he doesn't even work for that administration anymore. Like, he doesn't even do that anymore.
Your team is very good.
Not this one. It actually fits what he does.
Yeah.
He gets handsy. And if what you're saying is true, and again, I have no reason not to believe you because it follows his track record. It's just on a timestamp that's quicker. We are so screwed as Jet fans Because the hope was, well, maybe Aaron Glenn will figure it out. Maybe Darren Muji will figure it out. Well, how are they going to figure it out if the owner is telling him, no, you can't hire your DC. You're the DC.
Right.
That's why I pay you.
Especially because now from what Sean is saying, and it feels like there's no reason for us to doubt it, that guys like Darren Muji, who's actually doing a pretty good job.
He's
in year
been okay.
one,
He's only been here for a year.
Are looking for that exit ramp. You know what I mean?
Or at least the guy.
It's not like the highway is right in front of you, man. When he's just glancing out the side of you. When's that exit ramp? Right? Let me see if I can get off of here.
I think a guy like Darren Muji has all intentions of doing a good job and trying to do a good job, but already gets the feel of, I am not allowed to do the job I want to do.
No, he's not allowed. If Woody Johnson is already telling Aaron Glenn, and I don't want to hear, he's the owner, he has every right to do what he wants. Of course, no one's debating that. When you own a team, just like when you have a toy, you can play with the toy however you want. The New York Jets are a toy to Woody Johnson. So nobody waste my time by saying he has a right to do it. Of course he has a right to do it. He's the freaking owner.
Right.
And I have a right to turn a microphone on and call him a buffoon. We all do.
I love the Jets.
So if he is already getting handsy with this general manager and already telling this head coach, I'm not letting you hire that DC because I'm paying you a ton of money and you're going to do it, we are more screwed than I even realized. The Jets are more hosed than I even realized. Because usually, Woody will give you 2 to 3 years. He'll let you fail before he gets handsy. If we're doing this after 1 year, not only are the Jets screwed right now, not only is Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji dead men walking, but explain to me how anyone around the league would want to work for this. There's a reason they're toxic. They're already toxic. Well, stuff like this gets out, it's even worse.
And again, it's one thing to not have or believe that there's going to be success, but it's another to feel like, okay, success is it's hard here simply because of the way the organization is. And then I also don't have control. So I can't do things the way that I want to do things. And so if you're gonna take a job with the Jets and know that no matter what you do or believe you is going to be successful, you're going to get undercut in some regard, this job becomes less appealing. The more that stories like this become prevalent, the less likely someone with competency is taking this job.
You're 100% right. And here's the good news for Sean, because Jet fans hate Sean Morash. Every Jet fan, no matter how much they hate you, are nodding their head because deep down, they know everything you're saying checks out. Every single thing. Woody Johnson sitting in his mansion in Florida with his feet up, looking at Aaron Glenn saying, excuse me, I'm paying you $12 million a year, and now you're asking to hire an expensive DC? Get the hell out of here and call your own plays. That sounds like Woody Johnson.
Right.
Woody Johnson already getting handsy with the coaching staff after an all-time disappointing season sounds like Woody Johnson. Every single Jet fan in their right mind knows that even though you're the wrong messenger, Sean, your message is spot on. There's nothing you said that I can sit here and say, oh, that's not true. Now, the Jets could deny it because that's what they do.
Oh, and I'm sure they will.
And, of course, they will. Oh, God, Woody's not doing that. That's crazy. Yeah, that really is crazy, considering Woody wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers last year, 2 years ago. Since Woody basically came out and fired the head coach 4 weeks into his season. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. How could Woody ever do something like that? That's so absurd. It's real. It's our reality. And it's why, and I've said this to you a few times, Tiki, but I'll say it today. As you guys hire Matt Nagy under John Harbaugh, and the New York Jets are a walking mess, a walking circle of failures running around each other, these two franchises have never been more separated than the way they are right now.
No, you're right. Because the quarterback, the head coach, the coordinators, the feel of the direction of the organizations are going in opposite directions right now. Now, at some point, can that change if you somehow this offseason find a quarterback that feels like a veteran who can Kirk Cousins? I'm just saying, not that I want you to hit these later with Kirk. I'm just saying, someone who knows what the hell they're doing is not going to be elite, but he's certainly not going to be a disaster. You almost need that. You almost need some sort of stabilizing veteran to come in here and calm this thing. Because right now it feels like there are fires popping up everywhere.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a disaster. I am going to take the next few minutes to try to come up with a positive for the future of the New York Jets. I will do that, and we'll present it to you in a couple of minutes, and we'll get your phone calls. Matt Nagy is the new offensive coordinator of the New York Giants, and Sean Morash with his exclusive news is telling us Woody Johnson is screwing up this entire offseason. 888-808-1019. Plus, Sean's going to get to respond to Aaron Boone, who called him out yesterday, and what Roger Goodell said that was interesting. We'll save you all the time. I went through all the clips. We're coming to you live from the Town Fair Tire Studios. Powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Hey, listen up, guys and girls. It's time for a healthier you. My good buddy, John Gallucci Jr., who is CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. Their dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help you prevent injuries. That's whether you're picking up your kids or deciding, like me and some of my friends, to run half marathons. If you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help get you back to the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Downtown Nursing and Rehabilitation Center. It was also sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. The big game is here, and now you can trade on football legally nationwide on Kalshi. Right now, New England is trading at 32% to beat Seattle. A $100 trade pays out $289. Use code FAN to get $20 when you trade $100. KALSHI. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? Downtown Brooklyn Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-636-1000. That's 718-636-1000.
This President's Month at Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat. We're celebrating all month with special presidential savings, plus 0 down payment.
We have your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram at extra special fun is in the driver's seat savings.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4, just $187 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo X 4x4, just $295 a month.
Plus, choose from a wide selection of certified pre-owned vehicles.
And if you need credit help, we're here to make it fast and easy on Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
President's Day Sales Event. Term 27 months to assign Compass 5782, Cherokee 5890 at tax tag 489 dock and DMV fees.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
It's Dunkin's world and you're living in it, which means breakfast is easy and costs $5 with Dunkin's $5 meal deal. You get 6 crispy hash browns, a wake-up wrap, and a medium hot or iced coffee, whatever your mood calls for. Bring your friend, your brother, your mother, your cousin, or just bring yourself, because at Dunkin', they make deals for everyone. Get Dunkin's $5 meal deal only at Dunkin'. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623. 800-499-6623.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Can I take your coat?
Oh, you noticed. Yeah, I found it on eBay from a seller in Vegas. Pre-loved and perfect. She listed it and jackpot. Italian leather, classic trench silhouette. And did you see the braided buckle?
Hang on to your claim ticket.
Oh, I'll hang on to this forever. Have you been on eBay? There's so many finds. And I bet that diving watch would sell fast. Just saying.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See ya at John Starks Kia.
It may be last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing markets. Rushing yards over and under, alternate rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Do you think Kenneth Walker will rush for over 76.5 yards? Or maybe you'll lower Drake May's rushing total to 30 or more yards instead of 36.5. Or maybe you'll take either Ramondre Stevenson or Travion Henderson to have the most rushing yards over Kenneth Walker. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So play your game with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. We all love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Shop best of season produce at Whole Foods Market. Save on medium Hass avocados with Prime through February 3rd. Creamy, ripe, and ready for guacamole, savory toast, or topping soup. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small, they've helped mark the moments that matter most to their customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As they celebrate a century of excellence, they thank you for being a part of their story, and they look forward to the moments still to come. They invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
I hope that Alliance Orthopedics stands for the way healthcare should be performed.
Alliance Orthopedics COO Dr. Brian Aquaro on what makes Alliance Ortho New Jersey so special.
We have the team members, the ability, the passion to really become something that everybody else is not doing.
Alliance Orthopedics gets you better every day. Check the reviews. You will restore function and reduce pain quicker at New Jersey locations near you.
And I want patients to look at us and say, like, you have to go there because these guys are doing it right.
Experience getting better every day at AllianceOrtho.com.
The home of Super Bowl 60 on Westwood 1 is WFAN.
Jackson Smith in Jigba with a diving two-hand catch for 6.
The Patriots will face the Seahawks for the Lombardi Trophy in Santa Clara this Super Bowl Sunday.
To the end zone! Touchdown, Patriots!
Get insight and the latest breaking news about the biggest game of the year here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always playing on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
I just spent the last 5.5 minutes, because I don't want to live my life miserably, trying to come up with a positive to everything that Sean just told us about Woody Johnson ruining the Jets again. That according to Sean, Wink Martindale was going to be the DC of the New York Jets. It was a done deal. Aaron Glenn goes down to Florida, tells Woody, all right, I need Wink. Give me a couple of $1 million to hire him. And Woody's like, why am I paying you money? You be the defensive coordinator. Darren Muji's going around the Senior Bowl saying he's already had it with Woody. Like, this is as bad as it's ever been as a Jet fan. And I was able to come up with one positive. If this blows up the way it is already blowing up, and a year from now, Darren Muji's like, I just need to leave. This is miserable. And the Jets go 2-15, and it's a disaster. Does Woody Johnson finally have his James Dolan moment?
Which is,
I'm going to spend a fortune to bring in the next savior of this franchise, and I'm going to get the hell out of the way. Now, I've said this numerous times, and I've been wrong at every turn. Oh, this is the moment Woody learns. This is the moment Woody learns. But eventually, you would think you learn.
Yeah.
That's the only positive I can come up with because the rest of it is a dumpster fire.
Well, I mean, this is why, I don't know when I said this 2 weeks ago. It was right after Matt Ryan got hired to this new role with the Atlanta Falcons. The Jets need that role. The problem is who is the person to have that role. And it's not necessarily someone to run the football operations per se, but it's someone to be the filter between Woody and the rest of the football people.
Right. To keep Woody away, basically.
Well, yes, but also keep him connected, but like through a filter, a football filter, as opposed to this is just my emotional reaction to what I feel like needs to happen. And so make what Woody wants to do sound football relevant.
Yeah. What really is pissing me off, like sometimes I get angrier as I start to think about things, and I'm getting really, really angry right now, is that I get Aaron Glenn makes a lot of money. Okay, makes a lot of money to be a head coach, and he hasn't proven anything, but Woody gave him a huge contract. There were rumors that he's making as much as, $12 million a year? Okay, I get that. If Aaron Glenn, who is your coach...
That's a lot of money for a first-time head coach.
You know what?
Just saying.
Yeah, that's a lot of... You know what else is a lot of money?
What's
what
that?
they charge people to go to MetLife Stadium. So I don't want to freaking hear it. That's why I'm getting... I don't want to hear it. We know what they did at the end of this past season. They started charging $100 for parking. Remember that whole story?
Yes.
I
do remember.
So when it comes to money, everybody better calm down. Woody's going to listen to us. I get you're paying Aaron Glenn a lot of money, but he's your coach, so you trust him. If Aaron Glenn is coming to you saying, hey, I want to hire Wink Martindale, who has a pretty good track record as a defensive coordinator, pay the frickin' money. And I know you're the owner and you can do whatever you want, but while you are abusing your fans by charging them a fortune, we expect you to do everything it takes to win. And so I'm paying Aaron Glenn a lot of money. I'm not going to pay a defense. Go hire that intern to be your coffee boy. Like, come on. That's what annoys me. And I know what your response can be. It's such an easy response.
Right.
Give up your season tickets, Big Shot. I get it. I'm only keeping it because of Spence. He has a great time going to those games. But it annoys me when money gets involved. You're charging NYJ Matt a fortune to go to MetLife Stadium. And he's sick the
and
way
Mike.
I'm... And NYJ Mike was sick.
Who often gets forgotten.
They're all our brothers and sisters. We're all sick, Woody. We're sick because we love this football team, not because of you. We love this football team long before you got here. You're just the steward who's trying to turn it into relevancy. So we have every right to say, I don't give a damn how many millions of dollars you're spending. Go spend more because you suck. Is that not fair?
No, of course. But I also understand that Woody Johnson is paying a lot of money for Aaron Glenn because he thinks he was going to be the savior of this organization, and he has a job to do. And his job is to get the defense right. The defense took a significant, now part of it is because they moved off of some of their star players, a significant step back last year from where they were the previous two.
No doubt. They were awful last year.
What a goddamn disgrace.
I'm with you, bro. Let's get to your calls. The other big piece of news, Matt Nagy is the new offensive coordinator of the New York Giants. Former Chiefs OC left because he wanted to call plays. He'll get that opportunity to do it with the Giants. And, of course, the former head coach of the Chicago Bears. Let us kick it off with John in St. Louis. Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking the call in the Jets Fans Anonymous. So I'm John. I've been a fan for 30 years. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
What's up?
So
awesome.
Sean explained it a little bit off air, which I appreciate. First of all, I love that it came from him because he's not sugarcoating anything and he's just telling it like it is. But if Woody is taken over the reins here, and this is all his moves, why wouldn't he just cut ties with Glenn? Is he keeping Glenn on as his scapegoat for future failure? And then also, I know it's never going to happen, but at what point does the league step in and acknowledge that a potential crown jewel of the NFL, because we still go to these games because we're insane. Obviously, I'm a transplant and I go to road games. We're making, I don't know if you saw the rundown, we're like the third most profitable franchise in the league.
Right.
Like $2 million behind the Giants and like 10 behind the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I know it's not a failure from the league standpoint.
Well, John, this
but
is
at
why
what
I
point
always
does
say
somebody step in.
Right, it's John. I always say this about the Jets because people want to crush them. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how many games they win or lose. The Jets are winning.
Even when we don't show up, they'll still win.
They are winning because of the NFL, the way the structure is in the NFL with shared revenue and the fact that they are in a major market. And so they're winning. They're a almost $8 billion company. So that side it's not what we're talking about. I think what the Jet fan and John and Evan and NYJ, Matt and Mike and whoever else, Susan.
I felt violated.
Bob, Christian. I'm trying to think of more names. But anyways, all of them.
Joe! I felt violated.
Joe, all of them, they care about winning.
Yeah.
They care about seeing W's and having competency. And as Aaron Glenn said last year, feeling proud about their team that they root for on every Sunday.
So the reason why John brings this up, the reason I thought about it, I'm not going to kid you, I thought about this during the last commercial break. I wasn't going to bring it up because it's not going to happen. But I'll explain it. And it's the idea of, when would a commissioner say, hey, this is so bad for the sport, this owner needs to be saved from himself? The problem is we only bring it up because it happened years ago with the New York Giants.
It happened with the Giants in the 70s when profitability was still a question mark.
And not only that, there was a clear family issue in which two people couldn't get along. And so it almost needed that kind of guy to jump in the middle and say, all right, I got to save this. This isn't two people not getting along. This isn't a divorce like the case with the Dodgers. This is just one incompetent owner. And tell me if I'm wrong, there's no track record in any league of just getting involved because of incompetence.
No,
they get
not.
involved when you're an outward racist like Donald Sterling. They get involved in which you're accused of a bad workplace environment like Jerry Richardson. And before anyone brings it up, Woody Johnson was accused of some things while he was working overseas as an ambassador.
Right.
The State Department did an investigation, and I guess they cleared him. And also, the NFL says, well, that had nothing to do with us because he wasn't owning the Jets, or he wasn't doing it with the Jets.
Right, and he had kind of stepped away, hadn't he?
He was the ambassador in the UK.
Because Chris was running.
Correct, and the accusations weren't with him running the Jets. It was over in the United Kingdom. And then, by the way, there were some bad accusations. But unfortunately, Roger Goodell, and more on this later, wasn't going to do anything about it. And maybe he couldn't do anything about it, even though he could, but it wasn't involving necessarily his football team.
Right.
The point is, Jet fans, they're not going to do anything. The only way the Jets will be saved is he accidentally does something smart and gets the hell out of the way. That's it.
Yeah, but that would be intentionally doing something smart. Like the accidental thing would be happening upon the right quarterback, or Aaron Glenn somehow turns into one of the top 5 coaches in the NFL. Like that would be accidentally. And I don't think he's the type of man that's going to let things happen accidentally.
Fernando is in Rutherford. Good morning, Fernando.
Good morning, guys. A couple weeks back, Tiki, you may remember I had a comment on the Bill Belichick thing, and you chuckled at it, haters going to hate. But in that call...
yeah, that's right.
Just shut you, up. In that call, I mentioned that we needed to get Matt Nagy.
Yeah,
so I'm excited.
By the way, Fernando, I was with you. I don't mind Matt Nagy.
Yeah. The caveat now to complete my deal from 2 weeks ago. And just real quick, before I tell you to complete the deal, Matt Nagy, top 10 in offense. We know all that stuff, right? But the caveat here, or if that word's appropriate, we need to get Charlie Weiss Jr. I know he's young. You guys mentioned he's 32 years old, but lighten up the scoreboard.
Yeah.
He's got to be the quarterback's coach, Teak.
You know what? I would love that. Fernando, I would absolutely love that.
But he's not going to do that.
But he's not going to do it because he's getting the opportunity to be the offensive coordinator at LSU.
Yeah.
And he's still young enough that he doesn't need to be in the NFL at this point, put that in quotes. He doesn't need to be in the league yet. So he can go have success. LSU gets back to prominence and maybe get close to making the college football playoff again. Perhaps he gets an opportunity in the league from that point. But at this stage, he's got to go with where he's very familiar, and that's being Lane Kiffin's offensive coordinator.
Joe is in Bethpage. What's up, Joe?
Hey, good morning, guys. Tiki, you're the greatest. How are you?
Thank you,
Evan.
buddy.
What's up?
Yeah, I just I've been doing this way too long. I can't do it no more. I'm going to denounce my fandom as a Jet fan today.
Wow.
I can't do it no more.
Today's the official day?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow.
From what I just heard, from what I think is going to happen, that this team is just never ever, as far as Woody's ownership, we're never going to go anywhere.
It's tough to argue
He's
that.
gonna come here.
It's tough to argue that. I mean, I can't walk you off the cliff. All I can say is, how do you give up now?
Walk you back from the cliff.
Back from the cliff. I mean, I can walk you off the cliff. That part seems easy, right?
I was like, wait a second, that's not right.
But how could you give up now? I had this brief discussion yesterday. I was able to pick up Jet, my oldest son, from school yesterday, which is a nice feature of this job. And he was telling me a quick story about how in class they asked, who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl? And Jet, who's not really loved football very much,
Right.
I told you, has more of a connection to baseball and basketball, responded, I'm rooting for the Seahawks. And I said, oh, why'd you say that? And he's like, because we don't like the Patriots. And I was like, yeah, that's very good.
You taught him well.
I did. But then he follows up and says, Dad, are the Jets ever going to be good? And I said, I wish I could give you an answer of confidence. But I've got no reason to believe it's ever going to change.
Right.
And
And
he's
this
like,
is Jet.
This is Jet.
Yeah.
And I think
who's become like discerning. I like listening to Jet.
Are you
especially in comparison to Spence.
They're very different.
Because Spence is like, give me dollars. Jet's like, Dad, do you think that the Jets are ever going to be good?
But I tell you something very concerning about Jet, and I bring up this story because I think he represents a lot of people, a lot of 9-year-olds, a lot of 8-year-olds, a lot of 10-year-olds. Why is he not interested in football? I'm not convinced it's the sport, Teak.
Yeah.
I'm
It's the
convinced the team
Yeah.
is so bad
right.
and so hopeless and so boring that the interest has been beat out of him. And
Right.
when he even asked me yesterday, are they ever going to get good? Like, I could actually sell him on the Nets.
Yeah.
I can obviously sell him on the Mets. I can't even sell him on the Jets.
Well, there's something about being a fan when your team is good or good and underachieving. So, like, I'm a Liverpool fan.
Right.
And so I sit and I watch some of these matches. They've been a disaster for a lot of this year. Champions League, they've been fantastic. And so I'll watch these games, and when I know they're having a bad day, my heart doesn't move at all. Just kind of like, all right, whatever. When is this thing over? But when they're good enough, you're like, oh, here comes the anticipation. Like you start getting excited. And if you're watching the Jets, you spend most of the day going, all right, when is this thing over? Like, can this thing be over? You don't have that flutter of anticipation because something great is going to happen.
And the other thing is, and this is the thing that when you don't have as a sports fan, it's the worst. There's no hope.
Yeah.
Like, I just said something briefly, and you don't care about it. It's totally fine, and most people don't. I said, hey, I could sell him on the Nets.
Right.
I actually can. Like, there's this little kernel of hope, despite them losing by 50 every night, of the lottery. I like the coach.
And the draft picks.
The GM has proven he can rebuild a team. Like, there's a lot of little things where I could sell myself. I can't sell myself on a franchise that's run by such an incompetent owner right now with no hope.
Yeah.
Like, it's very difficult to sell yourself. So, to our last caller, I don't know how to tell him, don't give up, even though you should give up. But the reason I just say don't give up is, what are you going to do? You're going to root for another team? It's not going to give you the same joy.
Yeah.
It's not going to give you the same satisfaction.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is just kind of sit passively and wait for them to get good. But I think what Joe, right?
Yeah.
Joe, I think what Joe's issue is that he's tired of waiting.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Now, there's a guy on hold. I mean, I cannot wait to take this call because I'm fascinated. The subject is, the Jets are still better off than the Giants. What? Now,
this is Wilson.
I'm open-minded.
This is my guy, Wilson.
You know this guy?
I think so.
All right, Wilson and Roxbury, sell us why the Jets are better off than the Giants.
Hey, Evan, I'm gonna tell you, if you give me 2 minutes, Teak.
Go.
Teak,
Yeah.
what's up, Teak?
All's
How
good,
are you?
brother. All's
Happy
good.
New Year. Long time.
It has been.
I tell you why.
I think I'm going to be
Evan,
disappointed
I'm
in you
gonna tell
right
why.
now. I'm going to be disappointed in your take, Wilson.
When I tell you why, you're gonna agree with me.
All right, go ahead.
Listen, John Harbaugh, great hire. He could do for the Giants what Mike Vrabel did for the Patriots, no doubt. Matt Nagy, good hire. But you know what's going to happen, Evan? The Giants' DNA the Giants' way of doing things is going to get in their way, and everything's going to blow up because the Giants can't help it. They fix it with the right hand, and they mess it up with the left hand, and I tell you why. They brought a head coach that had no business being here, and they fired him at the half season when it was inedible. Yet they keep the general manager that was a sculptor as the coach. But you know what they do? They strip him of everything because only a moron would believe that he's got some power and anything. But then, you know what happens? Then I got to read that, hey, wait a minute. The Giants are going to hire an executive that is only going to answer to the head coach. So bypassing the general manager, say, who the hell are you? I'm not talking to you. You're nobody. And that, Evan, eventually it's going to happen like always happens. Maybe we have a good year next year, and then he blows up again because the Giants can't help themselves.
See,
at least you
Wilson,
What?
you are lowering your expectation, so you'll be surprised. I hear you. I can hear what you're trying to do to yourself. You're trying to bring it down because you're actually really excited, but you don't want to be that excited because you don't trust yourself when you're that excited. So you're trying to bring it down. I hear you, Wilson, but you're wrong. You're wrong.
Okay, Teak, I haven't been wrong the past 4 years, Teak, and I just don't understand why.
There was no John Harbaugh the past 5 years, Wilson.
Okay. I understand, Teak, I understand that, but you know where I'm coming from. You can't tell me that I'm super crazy.
What you're saying is right, Wilson, but I also think that you're tempering your expectation because you don't trust how good you feel about where the Giants are right now.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's understandable because it's always been this like, all right, we got a little bit of something with Daniel Jones here. Then it falls apart because the offensive line sucks and he gets hurt. And then Saquon Barkley, Rookie of the Year, he's amazing. I'm like, dude, he's running more backwards than he is forward because our offensive line sucks. And here we go. We got Brian Dable, coach of the. Oh, this is awesome, man. We're on to something. Oh, great. Now they suck because the offensive line is terrible and nobody else around this team can get anything done. And they win 3 games. Like now it feels like this is going to be awesome. We have the right head coach. We have the right quarterback. We have some really good offensive skill position players, a good offensive line, a couple of studs on the defensive side of the ball, right coaching staff. Right, this feels good. But I got to temper it because I don't trust it. And I don't like Joe Shane. So I'm going to throw him in the mix the reason we're going to be unsuccessful. Like I hear what he's trying to do because he doesn't want to be high anymore.
Right.
But just accept it for what it potentially can be.
I'm the opposite of Wilson because I'm a bitter man. Like I would love, nothing would make me feel better than to bring you down with me. I'm going to be honest with you.
Right.
When your team sucks, and I think if we're honest with ourselves, we'd admit it. Like Sean would admit it about the Rangers-Islanders right now. The Rangers suck. They're a disgrace. They wrote a letter basically saying we're giving up. Nothing would give him more joy than both the Islanders and the Devils suffering too. That's the truth. And it's fun. Just say it, bro.
I'll say, can you give me 20 seconds? This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Islanders last night jumped out to a 1-goal lead in Washington last night before the Capitals scored 4 unanswered goals to win 4-1. The Capitals are now just 2 points back of the Islanders for the last playoff spot in the Metro. The Islanders in a free fall remain winless following the use of Tommy Lugauer in their intro video.
That's just 0-2, Sean. It's just 0-2.
Facts are facts.
Look, that's the point, though. It makes him feel better to have them come down with him.
Yes.
The reason I say that is I would love to come on the radio and tell you, boy, this Matt Nagy hire sucks. Guy didn't call plays in Kansas City. Guy took away his own play calling in Chicago. Like, what are we so excited about? The reason I can't do that with a straight face, even though everything I just said was fact, is because you guys got yourself a real deal head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You do. And so even as someone that would want to be a hater just to bring you down, if I'm being intellectually honest, which I really try to do on the radio, you think I troll, I'm not, because I can't. Right. How could I troll? You have a real head coach. So I want to be the opposite of Wilson and say, yeah, I want you to suck. You're not going to. You have something the Jets don't have, and they couldn't even come up with in the deepest and darkest fantasies of their mind.
Right.
A competent head coach. You have it. We don't. And so you're going to get to watch a good competitive football team. I don't know what I'm going to watch this year.
You're actually paying to watch this.
So I appreciate the effort, Wilson, but no dice. With that said, I mean, kind of what I'm saying about Matt Nagy is true. Like, the more I think about it, it's not an inspiring OC hire, but I trust John Harbaugh.
That's it. And also, John Harbaugh is not going to sit there. I think Connor Hughes actually just tweeted this too. For 3 years going, this isn't working out. He will make changes if changes aren't there. And also, who cares what Matt Nagy did in Chicago as a head coach? He's worrying about a million things on top of calling plays. He just has to worry about calling plays and running the offense.
Yeah, but he didn't call plays in Kansas City.
I understand that.
So he's being asked to do something he hasn't done,
But that,
if you think
doesn't,
about
but
it.
that doesn't mean he's going to be bad at it.
Doesn't mean he's going to be bad.
You don't think you sit there after a failed experience as a head coach under Andy Reid again for 4 years and learn from any problems you had in Chicago and now are asked to call plays but also not run the team? You don't think that's helpful?
Oh, it should be helpful.
You know, again, doesn't mean it will work out, but I don't understand this negativity.
And by the way, he was a head coach in Chicago 5 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what are we actually talking about?
Right.
Look, I'm not. Here's the truth. Just admit this because it's totally fine, and I agree with you, and it's not me being a jerk. The reason we're good with this is because of John Harbaugh. And that's the overall point I was making to Wilson. Like, it's actually a defense of you.
Right.
The reason I can't crap on this or even tell you, the Giants are going to be like what they were for the last decade is because of John Harbaugh. Like, that's the difference. And so even if a hire doesn't inspire you, and it's okay if you are inspired by it. I know you are because you brought it up a lot, Teague. I respect that. But even if you're a Giant fan out there who's like, this sucks, you've got a guy you should trust. I'm jealous of that. I wish I had someone I could trust.
Right. You can trust me.
I don't trust anybody. Well, I trust you with this Jet news for some reason.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're welcome. It's bad news. It's not like it's making me feel good.
They're calling me Jay Glazed Donutter.
Wait till you get that call from Jet PR.
Rate the voicemail.
This is all not true. Woody's a great owner.
And by the way, I had no problems with Woody the person.
Because they're awesome.
Yeah. Nice facility. I love Florida.
Shut up.
They treat everybody perfectly.
That's great. I just wish they treated their fans better. Let's go to Matt in Morristown. Hey, Matt.
Hi, everybody. My name is Matt, and I'm a Jet fan.
Hi, Matt. Welcome to the club.
I've been a Jet fan for 45 years, and I just want to reach out to everybody for this time of year. Leading up into the draft can be very hard for Jet fans, so I just want to let everybody know that there's support out here. Find a good sponsor. You can find us online and get help. This is the hardest season. Is the pre-draft season for us.
Yes.
I feel like traditionally every year, and you don't have to suffer. In the darkness.
Right.
You can help.
Matt. Right.
There are people that will help you.
And you got a lot of picks these next coming years. So there should be some optimism. You should actually make yourself feel good about where you are.
Yeah.
Good job, Matt.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. That actually did make me feel slightly better. More of your reaction to two big stories. Matt Nagy is the new offensive coordinator of the New York Football Giants. And Sean is telling us everything going on with the Jets right now is based on Woody Johnson being an incompetent owner. More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And Sean's going to get a chance to respond to Aaron Boone. I'm not sure you're aware of this, Tiki, but Aaron was on with our dear friends in the afternoons, Craig Carton and Big Mac. And on his own, Aaron Boone called out Sean Morash.
Wow.
So we'll address it coming up. It is Evan Tiki until 2 o'clock.
I am always on the go, always busy. Even if I'm home, I feel like I'm busy. And feeling safe is what I value most. More importantly, knowing that my family is safe when I'm not with them. That's why I turned to our partners at Sloman's, who recently installed the Sloman's Shield Link system into our home, and it's been a game changer, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage all from my phone. For instance, the other day, I was sitting on my living room couch, and the doorbell rang. I'm like, who the heck is at my door? Nobody should be here. It's like 8:30 at night. It was just a delivery man. So I popped open my app, said, hey, you can just leave it. I'll get it later. It's too cold for me to open the door right now. I'm in my robe, too. I want you to see my legs. And he was like, okay, cool. And he dropped it off, and I picked it up later. This Shield Link system is fantastic. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Or visit slomans.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Robinhood. Your money, your move. Are we seeing the final days of Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks' marriage? The Bucks have submitted counteroffers to teams for the two-time MVP. After 12-plus years together, it seems as though the two are in agreement to part ways. Good for Giannis. I think this is bad for the Bucks. I'm Addie Bates.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business?
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Real sports talk for real sports fans. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and you can catch You Better You Bet with me weekday mornings 9 to noon Eastern on the new Westwood One Sports. From being live from Radio Row for the big game to being joined by the biggest names in sports and entertainment, it's sports talk for people that love sports. Download the Odyssey app and listen from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM on Westwood One Sports.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Injured? Don't be a whiner. Call me, attorney Mark Miner. I'm Mark Miner, and I have over 30 years of experience handling personal injury cases. If you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. You can trust that the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner will treat you with respect and fight for your rights. Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. Our goal is to transform your pain into payment. If there is no recovery, there is no fee. We handle all types of accident cases and value the opportunity to help you. The sooner you call, the better. If you are injured, call 1-800-LAW-LINE so we can discuss how to transform your pain into payment. Don't be a whiner. Call Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner at 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner, personal injury attorneys.
Don't whine. Call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That's 1-800-LAW-LINE.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Let's
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is Carrie Cooper. The Foo Fighters have gone on to become one of modern rock's most successful bands, and Everlong is lyrically and sonically perfectly formed and depicts that kind of insatiable love that everyone hopes to find one day. But why has it resonated with so many? More at FocusOnRock.com.
Think switching to T-Mobile's a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy. You can do it almost anywhere in just 15 minutes.
Even poolside like Drewski, you can switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
Now I get all the VIP perks.
Start saving from day one, and for a limited time, get T-Mobile's Better Value Plan.
I know you love deals.
Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800. What do you think of all that, Drewski?
Stay chillin', just switch. It's better over here.
Check the math at T-Mobile.com/better value. Savings versus comparable plans at AT&T and Verizon, plus the cost of optional benefits. Plan features and taxes and fees vary. With 3+ lines of Better Value Plan. 3+ new lines and 2 eligible ports, or 3+ lines and 5+ years on T-Mobile postpaid plan required. Qualifying credit required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Get up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid card. Typically takes 15 days after rebate submission. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ days with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costos Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Last week, when everyone was freaking out over Shedeur Sanders being a Pro Bowler, the mistake was comparing his numbers to, like, Trevor Lawrence. The real thing you needed to do, and we did it late last week, was to compare Shedeur Sanders' numbers to Justin Fields, because Justin Fields actually had a better statistical year than Shedeur Sanders. So if you really want to show Shedeur being a Pro Bowler is whack, look at Justin Fields, who Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets, was quoted as saying he doesn't know how to throw a football, and eventually got benched the last few weeks of the season. I give Justin Fields a lot of credit, because yesterday the story came out that he was offered a chance to compete in the Pro Bowl games, and Justin Fields declined, as he's going to continue to work on getting ready for next season. I thought that was a really good decision by Justin Fields. And look, Gio hit on this earlier. I give him a lot of credit because I think he's spot on. He said it just needs to be called something other than the Pro Bowl.
I 100% agree with you.
Because I see your eyes light up. It's like, Pro Bowl? Because I grew up with the Pro Bowl meaning something. You're a Pro Bowler. It means something.
Here's the thing. A lot of the guys who get elected to the Pro Bowl, it's Brian Burns is a Pro Bowler.
Yes.
100% deserved. Puka Nacua is a Pro Bowler. 100% deserved. But then there are these, it's mostly the quarterbacks, by the way, that they just don't want to compete in a flag football game or whatever the festivities are. And so it needs to become something completely different. And I reached out to Michael Rubin. I was like, make this a mini Fanatics Fest. He's the owner of Fanatics. I was like, make this like a little mini Fanatic Fest. Let the NFL promote NFL flag, which is becoming this massive initiative ahead of the 2028 Olympics, where flag football is an Olympic sport, right? So there's a way to make it more relevant to what it actually is, because it is not a great indicator of who's had a great season in the NFL anymore. Because so many guys decline it. And then you get Shedeur Sanders, who on his Pro Football Reference page now says Pro Bowler.
Yeah, here's the way to change it. You still have Pro Bowlers. It's who's elected as a Pro Bowler, and that's on its own as just an honor. And then separately, we're just going to play a game.
Yeah.
We're going to play
then it can be a popularity contest.
Then it's just whoever wants to have fun. Right. It's like the slam dunk contest in the NBA. You don't have to be an all-star to be in the slam dunk contest.
No.
Now, you need to do me a favor.
You don't have to be in the league.
What was that?
You don't even have to be in the actual league.
Yeah, you could be Mac McClung and be in the G League.
Is that right?
Yeah, that happened.
Right. That happened. There was a G League guy.
Yes, a couple of years. Mac McClung.
Right.
You need to help me because I have issues. And I think I'm admitting when I have issues. Like, I'm very open with my weird idiosyncrasies. I have an idiosyncrasy in which I heard something said yesterday by Big Mac, Chris McMonagle, and it drove me nuts. And I cut the audio, and I wanted to play it, and I can make fun of Big Mac, But I also want to give you the opportunity to say, Evan, this is a no biggie moment. Calm down.
All right, let's hear it.
So I'm going to play you the mistake that Chris McMonagle made yesterday. Of course, it was not corrected by Craig, but it bothered me. And I'm acknowledging, Big Mac, if you're in the car, I am probably just being anal. I'm probably just being Evan, an unlikable douche. And I admit that. So this is Tiki's way to say either, Big Mac, you should be embarrassed, or Evan, you really got to pipe down. This is a no biggie moment.
All right,
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Here it is.
It's not that sexy a matchup, and it's less enticing than some other Super Bowls, but we'll see.
But isn't that the beauty of the sport? Like, if you're a Giant fan or a Jet fan, this Super Bowl means I could be there.
I understand that. They could have a Super Bowl right now of the Cleveland Browns versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's not sexy. Doesn't mean we can't get a good football game.
I see.
Yeah.
That's a crime against sportsmanity.
Really?
Yeah.
So I wasn't being Evan being, annoying.
No. For those that missed it, he put the Super Bowl as 2 AFC teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
It drove me nuts. And I was mad Craig didn't say anything. That was a big moment for Craig to dunk on him. Like, hey, I'm not the sports guy. Look at you.
You got to whoop out Arizona Cardinals there. You got to give me an NFC team.
Right. Yeah, that's a bad one.
So crime against sportsmanity, Sean?
Of course it is.
He's got to apologize. He's not going to
apologize.
He needs to, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell him.
He's got to. I made a mistake. I was thinking too fast. Craig was pressuring me, and I apologize for that mistake. Because otherwise, you're going to get the reputation. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know. 2 AFC teams?
He could not separate his brain from the idea. He got to talk to Aaron Boone yesterday, and he separated football, and he forgot what football happened.
Yeah.
Do you know in the Mets text chat that Tiki is in, there's a guy named Chad, one of my dearest friends, one of my best friends, my best friend growing up. Chad made a mistake in the 4th grade that I still cannot get out of my head. 4th grade.
Yeah. As long as it wasn't saying the low score first.
It wasn't that. Nah. We all had to write down. I'll never forget. This is so vivid. I don't remember anything but from 4th grade except for this moment. Are you ready? We all had to write down before the NFL playoffs what we thought the Super Bowl would be. Okay? Like a prediction game. So I write down, it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys against the Buffalo Bills. Why not? And it happened a year earlier.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again. By the way, I nailed it. Chad wrote down Cowboys 49ers.
Oh.
And I was so
it's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. And I love Chad. And he knows his stuff now.
Yeah.
I will never forget that. That was the 4th grade.
He was 9 years old, man.
I know. I have issues. That's why I wasn't sure if Big Mac making that mistake was an Evan issue or like a true, hey, you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. You're an afternoon drive host on the biggest sports station in the country. You got to know AFC, NFC.
Wow.
I love that Evan grew up the same way I did. You don't let your friends forget. Doesn't matter how old you are.
I know.
But I can understand why Chad did that, by the way. Because it's a West Coast thing. Like in your mind, you're thinking East Coast, West Coast. Because if he liked baseball when he was 9?
Yes, and I think...
So, and as a baseball player, as a baseball fan, you think East-West.
Yes.
You don't think AFC, NFC.
I think he would probably tell you today he loves the Jets, but football's not his favorite sport. But he would never mess that up.
Right.
But it sucks that in my brain, when I always think about it, I feel horrible.
The easy pivot there in 4th grade is be like, well, everybody knows that's the real Super Bowl in the NFC Championship game.
I think that's what he said.
Yes. Right. I think that's because the Bills are going to get there and lose again.
Exactly. He was right about that. The Niners did play the Cowboys, and it was the real Super Bowl. So from that standpoint, he was right.
Wait, you guys both nailed it?
Well, he just picked the NFC title.
I know, but you both nailed it?
I think I nailed it. I'm not like 1,000% sure, but you got to remember how predictable the NFL was back then.
No, that's true. It's a good point.
Like Dallas, San Francisco was so predictable.
Right, and then you throw the Redskins in every couple of years. And you're right.
Growing up, the NFL just felt like, oh yeah, we know what we have an idea what the Super Bowl is. And obviously this year, I guess what makes it so unique is that, did anyone pick the Seahawks against the Patriots?
No chance.
No chance. Let's get your calls live on the table. Matt Nagy is the new OC of the Giants, and Sean is informing us that Woody Johnson is blowing up this entire Jet offseason. 888-808-1019. Let's go to Joe in Riverhead. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Big fan of the show.
Appreciate it.
So let's just say we fast forward to the end of next year. Jets are terrible again, of course. Woody fires everybody. We have the top pick. Take the QB of your choice. And for some sick reason, Mike Tomlin wants to coach the Jets. How do you feel?
I'd be through the roof. I would have hope in this franchise. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
Like, it's a nice story, but...
I completely agree. I don't think it's going to happen as well. But not to compare Tomlin to Saleh or even Aaron Glenn, but those guys were the most coveted guys when we hired them, and again, it's the same thing. And if we get a top pick, well, Darnold was the top pick and Zach Wilson was the top pick. Just like, when does it ever end? Who's going to save this franchise?
No, and that's the ultimate question. Who is going to save this franchise? And Tiki has brought this up a lot. He's mentioned it today, but he has said it a lot, that it's almost bringing in that liaison, that jet icon that can almost serve as a buffer between Woody Johnson and whoever he hires. I don't know who that guy is. I'm not sure that guy exists.
Right. He might not.
That's the problem.
Like, look for the Falcons, because this is the example, or even for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who have Tony Baselli in that role, who was obviously a great player, Hall of Famer, right? Tony Baselli, I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
I think so too. Yeah.
Whatever. But he was there for a long time. Did radio for a long time with the Jaguars, and then with the new regime after they fired, who was their general manager? San Francisco 49ers GM. I'm forgetting his name now, but they brought in Tony Baselli to be that liaison between the owner and the football operations. And I mean, look at it. It's worked out immediately. Not that he was the reason, but I don't believe in coincidence. And so when you get hierarchy correct, good things start to happen. And that's the idea behind what Arthur Blank is doing, Matt Ryan, with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. But to our last caller's point, I find it really hard to believe that in a year's time, Woody Johnson and the Jets can make themselves appealing enough to get Mike Tomlin to come back and coach. Harvey in Dix Hills. Hey, Harvey.
Hi, how are you all?
Good.
Pretty good. I want to finish with the coordinators to kind of pick your brains, because I'm not that familiar with Nagy. But I must tell you that you have to trust in Harbaugh. He's putting together an experienced coaching staff, and that's what they need.
Yep.
But it's been my contention for years, and Tiki knows this, is that NFL players are not the finished product when they come to the NFL. Tiki is an example, because I read his books.
Right.
And when he came to the NFL, Fassel said, you got to get more muscle mass.
Yep.
And his running back coach said, you got to carry the ball higher up and not in the armpit. So coaching coaching is important, but so is teaching. And one of the biggest problems, I said, is all the postseason shows, is that the Giants miss catchable balls. I mean, all of them, whether it's Theo Johnson, whether it's Slayton, whether it's Robinson, even Neighbors said, I'm just beginning to catch a ball with my hands.
Right.
Secondly, they're one of the worst tackling teams in the NFL. And they obviously, an experienced coach can integrate the defensive backfield into complementary football and teach them tackling, because that's where the thing is coaching and teaching.
No, you're right, Harvey. You're 100% right about that. And I think that it often gets overlooked because we just assume that aggression is going to win the day, that you can be a tough, physical football player and you're going to win. But the other guy is also tough and physical. And if you think you're just going to run your body into somebody and he's going to fall down, you got another thing coming to you. And so the fundamentals often get overlooked. I remember Howard Cross used to do this. He taught me this. He's talking about teaching. Howard was an old head when I was there. Really good friend, obviously. He used to sit on the jugs machine after practice for, 30 minutes, just catching footballs with your hands. And to the point where he would be, 2 feet away from the jugs machine. Like, you've seen those things? Those big things with big wheels that shoots the football out. Yeah. He'd be 2 feet in front of it.
Damn.
With his hands by his side. As soon as it pushed out, he's got to get him up and catch it. Right? And so, I started doing those things, and I didn't drop passes. And so it seems like it's simple, catching a football is easy. You've been doing it since you were a kid. Yeah, but just because you know how to do it doesn't mean you need to stop practicing doing it.
Right.
And so just like with tackling and all these other things, if you're not over-committed to being great, you're just going to be average. That's where the Giants have fallen short in some of these in-game moments where it feels like, dude, you should make that catch. And you get pissed off about it because it's routine.
What's great about what you said is that applies to everything in life, too. It's not just sports, not just the Giants. It's like anything in life.
Right.
It's about practicing and working your ass off. Josh in Far Rockaway. Hey, Josh.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Before I get to my Giants point, Evan, you're talking about the Jets lucking into a situation. Not to get too dark here, but look what's going on with Steve Tisch and the Giants. Maybe Woody gets some major scandal and has to sell the team in a year or two. Wouldn't that just be...
it's I don't want to say it's funny, but it's true that that was the talk Jet fans had over the weekend. Like, that is real
It's ridiculous.
circles of text messages that Jet fans exchanged of, oh, man, do you think Woody's on Epstein's list? You think they'll kick Woody out? I mean, we'll get to this in a little bit, what Roger Goodell said yesterday, but the reality is it would take a lot for Roger Goodell and the NFL to stand up and throw anybody out of this league. But, yeah, I think it
would.
It's such a desperate time as a Jet fan that you do go to those dark places of how can we be saved from a really bad owner?
Right. Listen, now back to my team, those with the Giants. I mean, look, John Mara, just to be fair, he's never made a hire that worked out. We talk about him like he's a great human being. He didn't hire Tom Coughlin. Every single hire he made turned to ash, and that's a fact, with Jerry Reese maybe being the sort of exception. But look what happened. Look at this year. If not for John Harbaugh getting fired, we were 2 inches away from Mr. Incompetent himself, Joe Shane, who everyone and their grandmother wanted fired, picking the next coach who would have been a guy like Matt Nagy or a guy like Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, would have been, again, in 2 years, blowing it up.
Yeah, but
they lucked into
Josh,
it. I agree with the last caller. I think Tomlin can come for $25 million a year, 5-year deal. Look at Woody and say, I'm running this team the next year.
Okay, but here's the thing I'd push back.
Tomlin's not coaching.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. You've been saying that for a while. But just to get to the point of, well, the Giants lucked out. Here's why I'm not a huge fan of saying it was luck. Why did John Harbaugh pick the New York Giants? And I know we're going to get a few different answers. Some would say it's the history. His dad called him the New York Football Giants. I would tell you that Jackson Dart had a lot to do with it.
Of course he
I
did.
would tell you that so if that's the case, if you just accept that the roster had something to do with it, then ask yourself this: was it luck?
No, it wasn't. Right, it wasn't, because that's what Joe Shane helped build. And when we talked to Joe Shane, not at the press conference, when we talked to him I forgot when we talked to him before, but he was mentioning that, like how you get to a point where you realize he said this in the press conference, where you've made mistakes, but it doesn't stop you from doing the job to make the team and the organization better. And so, yeah, those first couple drafts were bad, but since that point, they've actually been pretty damn good. And they've gotten to the point where you have a quarterback that makes you attractive to a head coach like John Harbaugh. Now, part of it is the roster. You're right. But as much as people want to crush John Harbaugh and this giant organization, the respect of John Harbaugh, especially from a competition committee, from a league perspective, is beyond ridiculously high. And so when I'm talking about John Mara now, when John Harbaugh sees this job opening, he wants it. Obviously because of the roster, but also because it's the New York Giants.
So then, is it really luck?
No.
It doesn't feel like it.
No, it's not lucky.
You know what would be lucky in the Jets case?
Lucky is what people call when opportunity meets the right situation.
Okay.
That's what people will say is luck.
I will give you an example. You tell me if it's luck. And I think this is absolutely on the table, what I'm about to say. And this is me being a Jet fan, I guess, finding positivity. The Jets stink this year. I mean, they stink.
In 2026.
In 2026. And unlike every other year, and I went through this a few months ago, and I'll give you a quick summarization. As bad as the Jets are, they never pick first. As bad as they are, they never get their pick of quarterbacks, because even when they are picking first, Peyton Manning says, not this year.
Right.
They never pick first. They suck in 2020. They're not picking first. Not Trevor Lawrence. You get Zach Wilson. They never pick first, right? So here's luck. The Jets are bad this year. They're bad enough to be the worst team in the NFL, and they actually get the number 1 pick, and we're sitting here a year from now oogling the quarterback, specifically one. And you can pick the guy. It doesn't even matter. You want to say it's Arch Manning? Fine, it's Arch Manning. I don't care. There's a quarterback that you're saying, bro, that's a can't miss.
Yeah.
And that would be luck. To me, that would be a coach saying, wow, I'll work for Woody. I get that.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
That would be luck.
Right.
Is that a fair example?
That
of
is
luck?
fair. But when you draft a all-rookie defensive end, talking about Abdul Carter, who Giant fans hated for most of the season, not realizing how good he actually was, and then you trade back in to get Jackson Dart, that's not luck.
I agree with you. That's why I would say that John Harbaugh taking the Giant job wasn't luck. They created a roster as much as we argued about it. And I said, hey, doesn't matter what you say, Teak. Look at the record. Look at the record. Look at the record. Well, you can say it back to me. Yeah, look at the hire. You could crap you all you want about the roster. John Harbaugh took the job. Right. Was he ever going to consider your job? The answer is no. So you
Even
win.
if it was available.
Yes. Which is why when people screamed, make it available, my response is, yeah, for who to take?
Right.
Who's taking that job?
Clint Kubiak was the hottest offensive coordinator name. Is he taking that job if they're not picking number 1 overall with Fernando Mendoza sitting on the board?
I don't think so.
No.
I think
the
you're
Raiders
right.
have a rotten reputation, too.
You're right. But they are owned by Tom Brady now, so there's that.
Oh, I forgot about that part of it. Yeah.
Dan in Saratoga. What's up, Dan?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What's up, man?
Good morning.
Does Woody Johnson have any clue how embarrassing it is to have Robert Saleh get a head coaching job a year and a half after he fired him? Now, just picture.
Yeah.
Follow me for 1 second.
I'm following.
We all know he was a horrible in-game coach. Timeouts, penalties, name it. This guy gets canned, and picture 4 big guys at the Tennessee Titans staff saying, well, we can't hold it against him. He was the coach of the Jets.
Yeah, that kind of happened, by the way.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean Robert Saleh is going to go there and be successful either.
Right.
Like, I think he's got a chance to be successful because I think he's going to learn from his first job. He already said that in the press conference in terms of calling plays versus not calling plays. But there's a chance that Robert Saleh goes to Tennessee and fails. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, then Woody just picked the wrong guy. So I guess that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Woody's embarrassed either way. If Saleh's good, he's embarrassed for firing him and ruining him, but then he's fine when he goes somewhere else. And if Robert Saleh sucks, he's embarrassed for hiring him in the first place.
Yeah.
It's a lose-lose.
I think the bigger issue is if Mike LaFleur is good at Arizona, which I don't think is going to be the case. We talk about staffs a lot. How the hell is he hiring a staff? He's 34 years old or 35 years old.
He's got guys he's worked with, though. He's got connections.
I know, but are they experienced at being OC, DC, wide receiver coach, tight end coach, any of that, offensive line coach? How is he building his staff?
Being reflective on LaFleur's time with the Jets, I am more reflective that there's nothing he could have done that would have really turned Zach Wilson into competence. Like, no, I think that was more the player than it was the coach.
Well,
unlike the Sam situation.
Yes and no, because I can't, we can't analyze what difference Greg Knapp would have had.
That is true.
We just can't. And he passed away that spring, basically, before he ever got a chance to take the job. And they didn't have a plan B option. Not that you ever think that you need a plan B option for a quarterback coach, but they didn't. And it failed Zach. And now Zach still hasn't made it in any capacity. Now that he's been in 2 different places.
And look at the 2 situations. Sean Payton's like, all right, yeah, I saw what I saw. I'm not interested.
Right.
And Miami wouldn't even play him when they decided to bench Tua.
Right.
Zach's done.
They jumped over him and went with Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, Zach Wilson's done.
Yeah.
Like, that was just a mistake.
Right.
That's not like the Sam Darnold thing was a coaching thing. Mm-hmm. Geno Smith made coaching thing. I think in the case of this situation, Zach Wilson, I don't think it was coaching. I think they picked the wrong guy, which is an indictment on Joe Douglas. He did a lot of smart things. He did some bad things. Yesterday, Aaron Boone was on with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle and went out of his way to call out Sean Morash. We'll hear what Aaron said, and Sean gets a chance to respond. Plus a new game of Posted and Toasted. And more of your calls, 888-808-1019. We're live from the Town Fair Tire Studios, powered by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Back when I was playing football, creatine was a locker room secret. Players knew, trainers knew. But the fans, you guys didn't have a clue. But now the secret's out. Creatine boosts strength, speeds up recovery, and even helps brain health. That's why I take GAT Sports' new Creatine Chews. 5 grams per serving, no sugar, no shaker, and no mess. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code TIKI30. That's GATsport.com using code TIKI30. GAT Sports Creatine Chews. Fuel up. Compete harder.
Hi, it's Andy in Snow Country. Robinhood. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Ever since that big snow a week ago, cold temps have preserved that smooth, packed powder surface. Our week kicks off with some sunshine and plenty of sweet turns. At Shawnee Mountain, the 21 trails ready to go from 3 lifts, Camelback staying up at full operation. While at Mountain Creek, you'll find the 44 runs. They'll have day and night skiing as well. On to Thunder Ridge, 22 trails. They have nighttime skiing. Bel Air stays at full operation. Gore with over 70 runs and over 30 miles of skiing at Gore. Whiteface fired up for 92 runs as they ski and ride on basically every run at Whiteface. In Connecticut, Mohawk at full operation. Day and night terrain. Jiminy Peak with over 40 runs and 13 miles open. Killington in Vermont with over 70 miles.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
More at snowcountry.com.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
I'm Tyler Kolek, and I got my Lincoln right here at Lincoln of Queens. Smooth ride, no hassle. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. During our month-long President's Day sale, you can save up to $8,000 off MSRP on all remaining 2025 Lincoln Navigators. Over 20 to choose.
On select models, excludes tax, title, and MV fees. See dealer for details. Expired March 3rd.
Lincoln of Queens, where Queens goes. Go New York, go New York, go.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
It may be last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing markets. Rushing yards over under, alternate rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Do you think Kenneth Walker will rush for over 76.5 yards? Or maybe you'll lower Drake May's rushing total to 30 or more yards instead of 36.5. Or maybe you'll take either Ramondre Stevenson or Travion Henderson to have the most rushing yards over Kenneth Walker. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. So play your game with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. We all love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Fun is in the driver's seat at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want with zero down payment available, plus the credit help you need. Shop online at nielsendodge.com. President's Day sales event.
It's Dunkin's world and you're living in it, which means breakfast is easy and costs $5 with Dunkin's $5 meal deal. You get 6 crispy hash browns, a wake-up wrap, and a medium hot or iced coffee, whatever your mood calls for. Bring your friend, your brother, your mother, your cousin, or just bring yourself, because at Dunkin', they make deals for everyone. Get Dunkin's $5 meal deal only at Dunkin'. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Sense is a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com.
Are you excited as I am? Are you kidding? I live for Restaurant Week. By the way, dinner is on me. What? You don't have to.
Don't worry about it. I've been using Upside, so I have a little extra to spend on going out.
I've heard of Upside. It's the cashback app, right? How's it work?
Simple. I open the app, claim a restaurant offer, pay like normal, and Upside sends me cash back.
It's that easy?
Yup. And I earned about $250 in cash back just from dining out last year.
$250?
Yeah, it's money I can cash out to my bank or turn into gift cards.
If that's the case, then this one is on you. I'm downloading Upside right now, so I can earn cash back on the next one.
New York, meet Upside, the free app that gives you cash back on restaurants and gas. Use promo code NYC1 for a 10% bonus on your first restaurant transaction. Download Upside and use promo code NYC1 for a 10% bonus on your first restaurant transaction. Remember, that's promo code NYC1.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
The Nets are back in Brooklyn hosting the Lakers, 7:30 tonight. The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
Evan Tiki here on this Tuesday. Ton going on. Giants have a new OC. Sean Morash is using his football connections to tell us that Woody Johnson put the kibosh on the Wink Martindale deal and has got his hands all over this Jets offseason mess. And coming up in just a few minutes, we'll hear Aaron Boone call out Sean Morash about a Yankee opinion. And Aaron, I hope you're listening down in Florida because you may not like what I got. We'll get to that coming up in a few minutes. But right now it's time for a little Tuesday tradition of Posted and Toasted, the game where we find the old tweets of our fellow WFAN coworkers, and Tiki will guess who posted, and maybe we toast them. Posted and Toasted is brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured, visit injurylawyer.com. And Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine.
Posted and Toasted in 1, 2, 3. Posted and Toasted, where Evan finds the treats. Posted and Toasted, will Tiki guess them right? It's Posted and Toasted time. Posted and Toasted.
What's great about that is that's a real song. So everyone who hates the Evan AI songs, not AI.
That is real.
A real
It's
listener,
time for Posted and Toasted.
A real listener performed it, built it, sent it in, and we appreciate it. This first post is from November 30th, 2020. Doug Peterson is the worst head coach to ever win a Super Bowl, or at the very least, in the conversation. He and Matt Nagy are clueless, and Eric Bieniemy, the next Chiefs OC, is the hot candidate for an HC job. Andy Reid's tree is beginning to have a Belichick tree feel.
Talk about cold takes exposed.
Wow. It'd be tough if this person's a Giant fan, but he may not be. I'm not giving you hints anymore. I realize, Tiki, you know who works here. Al, Jerry, Boomer, Gio, Craig, Big Mac, Loogie, Pete Hoffman.
That's Sean Morash.
Damn it. How did you know that already? Like, spit it out. Good job out of you.
Because that feels like something Sean would say. Because he's a hater. Andy Reid. Now you love Andy Reid, don't you?
Oh, I love Andy Reid. I've totally flipped on Andy Reid.
You have to.
I flipped on that whole tree, too.
And
I think
he's
Matt
in
Nagy might be a great OC.
You knew you were going to be the first one. Of course. And you knew that as soon as they hired Matt Nagy, the research was being done. Here's post number 2. This is from March 15th, 2017. Ever sit on a train?
17.
That's right. Ever sit on a train, look out the window and think, I hate the snow. I hate this guy sleeping next to me. In fact, I hate everyone. Me neither.
Whoa, that's dark.
That's a very dark post. Who is that?
Me neither.
Yeah. I guess that negates everything. Or maybe he's saying it like that's what I would say, but I don't want to admit I'm saying it.
Yeah. I think that's also Sean.
You're wrong.
No?
Thank
Who
God.
else is taking the train?
Taking the train and having deep and dark thoughts.
2017, though, is important. People's lives change.
2017.
Does Al take the train? Does Jerry take the train?
No. This Tommy?
Does Tom?
You're wrong.
The answer is Chris Big Mac McMonagle.
I
wouldn't have guessed that.
Doesn't he drive?
No, he takes the train. He is a train guy.
See, now I learned something.
See, you think of the train, I think of the message. Like, that doesn't sound like a Big Mac message. You know what I mean? It sounds like Chris is I would say, not just with the Yankees busting his balls on that, he's a kind of a positive person.
Right.
So I don't think of him tweeting deep, dark thoughts like, I hate this, and I hate this, and I hate that.
Maybe he's in a dark place.
Maybe.
Yeah. Career's taken off since 2017.
That's true. How about this one from January 11th, 2025? Who leaves the Chargers first, Justin Herbert or Jim Harbaugh?
Jim Harbaugh.
Or Justin Herbert. It's a great question. Because
Didn't we have this one?
Oh, damn. Did I?
Yeah.
That
this
means
was Sean.
Evan.
You're wrong.
No, it wasn't Sean. So even if we had it, you don't remember.
Who was it?
Pete Hoffman.
No, we didn't have it.
Ah, see?
We had one like it, though.
Yeah,
I remember something about Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers.
This is a really good one. I'm curious if you're going to be able to guess this. This is from April 15th, 2023. Very timely. I now root for the Yankees to lose just so I can listen to Chris McMonagle fight with Yankee fans about Aaron Boone. Who will actively root against the Yankees just so they can listen to Big Mac fight with other Yankee fans about manager Aaron Boone?
This has to be like Gio.
You're wrong.
I don't know. Al Dukes?
You're wrong.
You?
Yes, it's me.
Evan.
It's me. I'm not even a Yankee hater, but there are certain nights, like when Aaron Boone makes a controversial decision, where I want the Yankees to lose just so I can hear Big Mac fight with other Yankees.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Why
are you out in public canoodling?
Now I can see that.
Yeah.
Because that is you. That's the troll in you.
And finally, February 23rd, 2011. Who put the calendar together?
2011?
Yeah, 2011. Who put the calendar together back in the day? Why would February only have 28 days? That makes no sense.
I love this take, whoever it did.
I mean, you know the answer, though.
Do I?
Yeah.
It is pretty obvious. I'm not even kidding.
This is Al Dukes.
You are correct. It is Al Dukes. It is a great point, though, because
anything that's thoughtful and ask a serious, real question is Al Dukes.
So basically, Al's the smartest of all of us.
Yes, he is.
He's the one who puts Twitter to good use. Like he did last night. He put a picture up of the zones.
Yes.
Of the zones. A video of the drones over New Jersey. Yeah, they're back.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, I got to start looking again.
Oh, they came out at a time where it's freezing cold, nobody's outside?
Well, Al Dukes was outside. He's got video of it.
Wow.
And they're like these lights that are in a diamond, and they like disappear. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's because it's a 365 plus day, and it's not a full day.
No, but okay, here's the problem.
That's why.
No, that still doesn't make sense. So 30, 30, 31, 30, 31. If we just simply make February 30 and we take away the 31st day from a few of these months, aren't we doing the same exact thing without it being as confusing as having this shortchanged month?
Yeah, but I forget what the months, I used to know this, what they were named for.
But why does that matter? Like, why does it matter what they're named for? Like, if we just cut out, we don't need July 31st, no biggie. We don't need August 31st, no biggie. We cut it out. We give February an extra day. And yeah, if you want to have February sometimes have 31 days and sometimes have 30, that's fine.
It dawned on me. I know the reason now. And I never thought about this. Because then you're taking away somebody's birthday.
Well, now you're taking away someone's birthday.
But if somebody was born, let's say, on August 31st, okay, and they've celebrated, they're 25 years old, and they've had 25, and now you're saying, we're ripping this up, February makes no sense, no more July 31st, no more August 31st. Now you're telling this person you don't have a birthday anymore. You can't do that to people.
Is it really that big of a deal, though?
Your birthday?
I mean, honestly.
Well, if somebody told you out of the 365 days, you got one of the two, it's being taken away?
When's your birthday?
May 13th.
Okay, doesn't work. When's your birthday, T?
April 7th.
Doesn't work. I'm July. Oh, I got the guy, Craig. Craig's birthday's January 31st. If we told him, hey, it's gone, we're taking away the 31st day. It's just we're doing a whole new calendar. Sorry about that. February is getting the day. You think he's going to give a recess? You think most people are really going to care?
Yeah.
Really?
Craig definitely.
You think so?
Yeah. Craig definitely would care if his birthday was gone.
But it wouldn't be gone. You just celebrate it on a different day.
But it's not the same. Now my birthday's September 1st. It feels weird.
All right. Well, I thought it was a great thought by Al.
It is a good thought, but we got to an answer.
And Al's pointing
I mean,
out,
there's ways to find out. You just Google it.
And what'd you come up with?
I mean, there's many different reasons. I actually know the reason. I just can't remember it. It has something to do with how our Earth circles the sun.
Oh.
I forget it now.
We make a quick lap in February? That's right.
Tell us later when you figure it out. In the meantime, did you hear Aaron Boone yesterday?
I did not.
Aaron did a great job. Craig and Big Mac did a great job. It was a fun interview. And at one point, when Big Mac was getting, really geeky, like, hey, let's talk Jason Dominguez, let's talk Spencer Jones. All of a sudden, unprovoked, Aaron Boone brought up Sean because he was listening to something Sean had said. It annoyed him. And he basically called him out. And he almost did a Sean Morash imitation. He was about to, he started, and then he stopped. So the context was Sean and I were debating the Trent Grisham bring back, if you will.
With Jason Dominguez.
And Sean's point is, what about Jason Dominguez? He's not going to play. Look at last year. He didn't play. He would sit him. He'd have a 2-hit game, and Boone would sit him. Aaron heard that. It obviously pissed him off. So he addressed it yesterday. Take a listen.
He had 430 plate appearances. Like, he played. Like
He did.
I heard Sean even earlier was in that voice, like, I felt like he just took him out when he would get two hits and and that's not true. Like, I mean, I want you to show me that where you saw that.
Show you? Okay.
Did he say show you?
Yeah, he did.
Cool.
He said, show me, Evan.
I did the research.
You're the best.
Of course you did.
You're the best.
I collected every 2-hit game Jason Dominguez had last year, and I found out that Aaron Boone sit him the next day. Like, we need facts around here. We just can't have Sean spouting from the mouth, Boone spouting from the mouth.
Anecdotal evidence is fantastic.
Yeah.
Empirical is better.
Before you give me the evidence,
I'm
going to give you what my brain was telling me, as you often say my brain was reporting.
So now you're going to pivot from your claim and Aaron's denial?
Because this
Maybe the facts will back you up. You don't even know.
I want to make this clear. But Aaron asked me to explain where I was getting from. As somebody who loves watching Yankee baseball and watched every game, I cannot tell you.
Shut up, Tubby.
How many times I went immediately to my text of my two brother-in-laws who I share all my Yankee, fandom with, and went, here we go again. Dominguez hot. We got to shut him down now. And I remember saying that multiple times last year.
Yeah.
And it really bothered me. So I hope that those facts back me up.
Well, the research I did based on what Aaron said was show me the info that I sat him after a 2-hit game. So, Aaron, if you're listening, I did the research.
I should stick you in a locker, geek.
Well, 28 2-hit games.
28.
Okay? There were 28 instances where Jason Dominguez had 2 hits in a game. How many of those 28 did he sit the very next game? And I say game because obviously if there's an off day, I'm not penalizing anybody. The next game, how many of those 28 did he sit? Now, before I give you the answer, I want everyone on record at what would qualify as Boone sitting him too often versus Boone. Half.
Yeah.
So if he gets to 14 of the 28, then Aaron Boone lied to Chris McMonagle and Craig Carton.
Yes.
Sean, do you agree with that assessment, or is it higher or lower in your mind?
I would go lower because anytime you're sitting a guy after 2 hits, it's telling me instinctually you don't believe in riding the hot hand.
Give me the number, 28 games.
How about a fourth of it, 7?
So if he sat him 7 or more times, then Aaron Boone is a liar.
I would say that, yes.
Or at least I provided the evidence.
Yeah. Or he's not understanding my point.
Fair enough. Now, you guys have very different numbers, so I'm just going to give you the facts, all right? 28 times Jason Dominguez had 2 hits in a game. Aaron Boone sat him 8 times following that.
I didn't even know that evidence, and I gave you a number. Thank you.
He did not know the evidence. Wow. So how do we feel about this?
Shut up, Tubby.
8 times he saw his young player get hot with 2 hits and said, we got to sit you down. That's unacceptable. I'm sorry.
So
that is a lot.
So what Aaron Boone needs to realize.
It's a quarter. It's more than a quarter of the time.
Those are the numbers. Now, what Aaron Boone has to realize is when you say, show me the. Didn't he say, show me the.
I'd like to see this evidence you have of this.
I just gave it to you. Now, I know what Aaron's going to say because if he's listening, he'd say, well, did you look at who the pitcher was? Lefty, righty. I did. Do you want that too, Aaron?
Sure.
Yes.
Of the 8 times you sat Jason Dominguez following a 2-hit game, How many of those games was there a lefty on the mound? So, we can't play him against the lefty.
Right. He's not good right-handed, even though he's a switch hitter.
How many would be acceptable? Like, if the number was 8 for 8, would you be like, all right, I get it? If it was 5 for 8, I get it. Like, what would that number have to be?
I'm going to
at least half.
I actually think it's going to be 8 for 8. Because that felt like the trend. But that was also my argument, was stop worrying about these matchups. The only way you get better hitting left-handed pitchers is getting in there high.
Yeah. I really hope Aaron Boone isn't listening because
it was 8 for 8.
He's dealing with the wrong guy. Only twice was it a lefty.
Are you serious? So it's worse than I thought. It's worse.
And
so he's not even thinking about it then. It's not the pitcher matchup then.
And Aaron, I'll show you my work. The guys you sat Jason Dominguez against after 2 hit games was Jose Barrios, Emerson Hancock, righty, Chris Bubich, lefty, fine, Chase Burns, rookie right-hander, Mitch Spence, and this was after a 4-hit game.
Rookie right-hander?
Off a 4-hit game.
Wow.
And an off day the day before. What are we doing? Matthew Boyd, fine, that's a lefty. And then 2 righties in August, Shane Boz and Davis Martin.
All right, see.
So,
and this is all I would tell Aaron Boone.
I'm sorry.
I'm not out to be the bad guy. I don't dislike Aaron Boone, but stop looking at me like I'm just a fat slob. I watch the games. I have a feel for the team day to day. Put me in the dugout, Aaron. I'll help you out.
You should feel vindicated,
I
Sean.
do.
You should.
I do. You know what, Evan? Thank you, pal.
For doing the work.
Thank you for doing the work.
Here's the good news. The good news is we'll get a response because
Aaron, he asked for it. Of course he's going to.
No, not from him. His press secretary, Chris McMonigle.
Yes, that's right.
Here are the facts, Big Mac. You can defend Boone. You do it great on the radio. I just gave it to you.
There is going to be no defense.
You think Big Mac will come in and apologize?
He's got to accept it. He's got to accept that Sean was right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Boy, Sean is right. A nice ring to it this week, you know?
I thought it said Morash is right. I'm sorry.
You know what? You play that, Evan. You earned that right.
Did I? Yes. How about that? That's interesting. I love when people say, show me the research, because they don't realize I'm geeky enough to just go do it. Yeah. Best part is, and this is where I'll try to make myself feel better, and I'm not the biggest loser in the world, 12 minutes. Took me 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not that hard.
It's not that complicated.
It wasn't.
Research.
And you know what's funny? I actually asked AI, and AI was wrong. And so this is more proof that we have to be careful. I asked AI, hey, how many times did the Yankees sit Jason Dominguez after a 2-hit game? And they gave me like a 12. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Or a 15. I think it was just way off. And
confidently wrong.
Yeah, it's actually just easy. You go to Baseball Reference, game log, you see the 2 hits, and then you analyze. So there you go. Do you feel vindicated, Sean?
I feel very vindicated, Evan. I'm really happy with you today. I really am.
Well, he's happy with you. No, he's not actually.
No, you gave me bad news about the Jets.
Bad Jet news, but at least you gave him satisfying bad Jet news.
But wouldn't you want the real stuff? You don't want to sugarcoat it.
No, and I also know that it's awkward around here when people report about owners. It just is.
It is.
And you don't care. You're just like, I'll give you the information. What the hell do I care? And by the way, I don't care either. Here's the great part about being a season ticket holder. It sucks that I waste all this money, but I feel like I'll say whatever the hell I want. I give you my money.
Right.
I feel like I've got more reason to talk than anybody. Yeah, you know what, Woody? I will call you a buffoon. I'm also sending you a check every month. So shut your mouth and smile.
But I'd also
That's actually too much. Let me take that back. Yeah. Don't shut your mouth and smile. Just enjoy me being an idiot. And take my money, you billionaire.
You're already brainwashing my kids into being fans of your team, so it's okay.
He's got to love people like me. Anyhow, let's get back to your calls. That was fun, though. It was a fun exercise. 888-808-1019. Chris is in Tinton Falls. Hey, Chris.
What up, Chris?
Gentlemen, good to hear from you guys. Haven't spoken in a while.
Likewise. Thanks for calling.
Couple of things. Yeah, you got it. One, I'm reading Renan's book about the Giants. A lot of fun. Tiki reliving that 2000 season. Pretty good. It was good to revisit that. That's the only Super Bowl I've been to, but reading about it's fun.
Yeah.
And similarly, if on the note of just the interesting stuff, if you guys haven't seen the movie Sinners, do it. It's great. I watched it this weekend.
No, it was fantastic.
Now, oh my God, it blends everything. It's great. I can't wait to watch it again. Now, right now, you guys know I was critical of the Giants for years. The enthusiasm for me is palpable. I'm real excited. I mean, the Harbaugh signing was great. And I got to admit, I'm real excited about Nagy for a couple of reasons. And it's only upon reflection I started to think about this. One, he's been a head coach, and it was taught to me very early when I started in my job. My job is to make my boss's job easier. And one way to do that is to have been in his shoes.
That's a
so
good
I
point.
can see what makes life hard. he knows now, hey, my job is to get the offense tight, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And two, when you train, like, wisdom only comes through experience, right, guys?
Right.
It's not synonymous with intelligence, it's experience. And anytime you spend a lot of time around Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and a revolving door of successful receivers, that's got to be a good thing. So I'm excited about his candidacy. What do you guys think?
No, I think you're right, Chris, because it becomes contagious. It becomes infectious in a way, and it also becomes your habit, right? Success is not something that just happens. It's repeated situations. It's repeated actions over and over and over again. And so I think that Matt Nagy, while having some success and some failures as a head coach, has had a ton of successes as a coordinator and being around people who have been successful.
Here's what's tough about Matt Nagy, and this is not me telling you he sucks. This is me telling you it's complicated to really figure out what we're getting. When you look at his success in Kansas City as an OC, he didn't call plays.
Yeah, but but that doesn't mean necessarily that he's not offensive coordinating. It means because he's designing the plays, he's doing all the legwork, he's installing.
Right, but I don't know where we give credit and where we don't give credit. Like
the credit for play calling comes in sequencing, like why you're calling this play on 2nd and 8, and then what happens on the next 2nd and 4. That you've created the defensive coordinator to be thinking about what you just did on the previous 2nd and 8. Like it's the sequencing.
Right, but what about this season? And this is where I'm going. So like this past year in Kansas City, before Patrick Mahomes got hurt, the Chiefs offense was underachieving.
Yeah.
Do we put that at the feet of Matt Nagy, or do we're like, I mean, kind of, not
honestly,
really? I don't know.
I put a lot of that at the foot of the general manager. I'm forgetting his name now. He's actually a really good general manager. Trent, whatever his name is, Balky, who's what I was thinking of in with Jacksonville.
Brett Veach.
And so you put it at him because they got old at tight end, but they're hanging on to Travis Kelce because he's Travis Kelce. They had a compromised wide receiver room, one because of health, one because one guy's a knucklehead, and then their offensive line has been an issue for 2 years now.
So I'm not putting
3 years now, really, if you think about it.
So I'm not putting his failure, not him, the Chiefs' offensive failures this season.
Yeah,
we're not putting at the feet of the offensive coordinator and call plays.
They didn't have the talent that they've had in previous years.
Now, Chicago, and this is where it's complicated because Sean made the point about an hour ago. He was the head coach. He wasn't the offensive coordinator. He also took away his own play calling multiple times to try to spark the team. Like, do we look at the Bears' offensive numbers for the 4 years he was there and say, well, they were 20th in year 2, 3, 4. That must mean he stinks.
Right.
I mean, he's the head coach. He's not the head coach here. So it's not like there are stats that you could look at and say, oh, they're amazing. I'm so excited. But they're also not, like, awful. It's more, how is his relationship going to be with Jackson Dart? Is he going to help him grow? And then B, now that he's got play calling duties here with the Giants, how do they perform? My point is I look at his resume, and it's tough to really gauge, like, ooh, it's a great resume in terms of results versus it's a bad one.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? I don't even know.
Yeah, but I think we overstate his Chicago Bears failure.
Because he had one good year. He was like Dable.
Well, he had one losing year.
Right, because he went from 12-4 to 8-8 to 8-8, then a losing season.
Yes.
His win-loss record's actually not that bad.
It's not that bad. Right. And that loss, that whatever it was, 6-10, I'm assuming. Whatever the
6-11. He was 12-4, 8-8, 8-8, 6-11. So actually finished 34-31 as head coach of Chicago.
And that last season where he was 6-11 was Justin Fields' rookie season.
Right.
And Justin Fields was terrible as a rookie, as we all, if you remember back then, he was bad. And so he got blamed for not developing a young rookie quarterback because of what he did with Mitch Trubisky when he was a rookie quarterback, and that was only 3 years ago, or 3 years prior. So where was the failure? Was it Matt Nagy or was it Ryan Pace, who was their general manager?
That's a fair question. TC is in Summit, New Jersey. Good afternoon, TC.
Evan and Tiki, great to be on with you. You have a great show.
Thanks. You, man.
What's up?
Guy, Evan, I have a proposition for you, but I need to set it up first.
Go ahead.
From a Jets family, a big family, and my father started season tickets when they were still the Titans at the Polo Grounds, and I went to Shea. We moved to the Meadowlands. My brother and I bought out my dad in '88. I bought out my brother in '96. I've been on my own since. Heard a little bit about what you were talking about earlier about how you're keeping your tickets because your son still likes to go. I am really on the fence. I think I'm finally going to get rid of him. But here's the proposition. We sit in the same section, 314.
I like this.
You're higher than me. I'm in row 4. I'm in what they call the upper prime. When you come through the tunnel, you probably take a left or a right and walk up to your seats. The upper prime are the 4 rows where you go down. Being in the 4th row, I've got the wall right behind me. I can stand up. No, I'm never in anybody's way. I can see the field perfectly. I stand for every game. I'm on the 50-yard line. As you know, we're in the sun. They're incredible seats. And I think you should consider splitting them with me.
I was going to say,
really like them. I think your son would really love to grow up in these seats. He'd never be in anybody's way. And the wall right behind me reduces the wind.
That's
and
interesting.
Someday you could take him over from me. I'm going to sunset it in a couple of years.
You know what's crazy?
Something to think about.
TC, as you were talking, I'm actually going to put him on hold because I think there could be a future here. Get his information, Sean. My thought as he was talking is, let's share my tickets. But I also understand that, like, I'm first row, he's row 4. The beauty of the first row is no one's in front of me, which is great for my son. I also understand being able to stand the entire time and have no one being blocked.
Right.
I think at this stage, I still prefer the first row. I can see a few years.
It's still new to you, too.
It's new to me, and I think my kid still benefits from that.
Right.
The 4th row, which is the last row of the section, I can see being intrigued by in a few years. But right now, I'm a first row guy. So my counter to TC is let's split my tickets. I like that. That's a way where you're sending a message to ownership because you're cutting down on your tickets, but you're almost like, what's that word where you cut something down smaller, but you're doing the same thing?
What do you mean?
I don't know, like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Where you
trim?
Yeah, you're trimming the fat almost.
I think this is more you're having your cake and eat it too. You want to send a message, but you still get to eat.
Kind of. Whatever the phrasing is.
I'm lost on these idioms
I
right
think
now.
TC and I have a deal to be made. I think the problem is we both want our tickets to be the tickets.
Because you're too prideful. But you also haven't had your tickets long enough to have the pride TC has.
It's not about the pride of the tickets. It's about the preference of being first row. It's not about pride. I moved 1 year. Last year I was second row, and I moved to first row. So I have no connection necessarily to the tickets. It's more with a 5-year-old. I think the first row is better.
Now, how do you determine who gets what?
I'm a fair guy. Mine's going to be based on the Giants schedule. Like, literally. Right. You remember that last year.
Right.
Like, if the Giants are playing at the same time, it's too much. Like, if the Giants are playing on Monday night, I'm definitely going. If the Giants want to buy, I'm definitely going.
There was a lot of them last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it was half the games, I think.
I ended up going to half the games.
Right.
The schedule worked out. And I bet you guys have a lot of primetime games this year.
I bet you they have 3. I don't know about a lot. I think, is 3 considered a lot?
Well, if they're all while the Jets are at home, that's almost half the schedule.
But
so
that always doesn't work out that way, you know.
No, I know. So you got TC's info?
I have his phone number.
All right.
And then he very awkwardly said, so how does this work now? Evan just contacts me?
I'm going to call. What do you mean? I'm going to call him.
I said, I guess. We're not going to continue this anymore on the air. So.
No, call the guy. I think it's going to be awkward because I think I want him to come to mine, and he wants to go to his.
His last thing he said to me.
What did he say?
I just want to reiterate, I'm a normal guy. I'm not a weird guy.
Oh, crap. That means he's weird.
No, I think he just probably thinks it sounded
I am a damage freak.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if I want to call him, though.
No, he's a good guy.
I mean, he prefaced he's not a weird guy.
I get it, though.
When you do that, doesn't that mean something?
No, I guess he's giving you his phone number. He wants to make sure you're not like, oh, God, is this guy going to have my number now? You know what I mean?
By the way, I got to make these deals with a lot of people. I need to do that with the Mets.
Why?
Because I got 4 tickets.
Oh, yeah.
And like most of the time, I can't take my entire family. And I hate selling them online. Like, it's not fun. I'd rather have a partner. Anybody want to be my partner?
I mean, you take me and Tiki.
How many games? You're going to go every night with me?
Every night?
I mean, that's the
Maybe
point.
Maybe not every night, but.
I'll tell you this, Evan, this year, these hours, I'll go once a homestand.
Well, okay, once a homestand. There are 81 home games. Part of the issue of being a season ticket holder is there is a lot of games you just don't go to. What do you do with the tickets? And the baseball thing is not a money-making thing.
Right.
So I need to find partners. So I'm going to do like a Craigslist ad or something. I guess this counts as one because I just said it on the air. Don't call Sean. Just email me.
Yeah, please don't. 2 things not to call me about. Tish and the Mets.
That's right. Yesterday, Roger Goodell met the media, and we were all guessing how many questions will he be asked about the Steve Tisch situation. We have the answer. Plus, I took the most interesting Roger Goodell answers, and we'll all take a listen together. Plus, more of your calls at 888-808-1019. It is Evan and Tiki as we take you on this journey until 2 o'clock this afternoon.
I'm always on the go, juggling life. It's crazy. But I like feeling safe, and more importantly, that my family feels safe when I'm out with them. So I turned to our partners at Slomin's, who recently installed the Slomin Shield Link system, which has been amazing for us, combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I manage right through my phone. Last night, I was so exhausted coming home because I traveled all weekend. The only thing I wanted to do was sit in the living room and listen to some music. I could turn it on right from my car through Apple Music, through the Slomin Shield Link system app. It was great to walk in and just feel relaxed. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Slomin Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit slomans.com.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. As it turns out, the Jets were very close to having a Pro Bowl quarterback. Ian Rappaport reported last night that Justin Fields turned down an invitation to the Pro Bowl as a reserve to focus on next season. C.J. Stroud of the Texans also reportedly turned down an invite to an AFC team now with Shedeur Sanders, Joe Flacco, and Joe Burrow. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
The home of New York Giants football, The Fan.
Runs out of the tackle, down the right sideline, cuts inside at the 5, in for the touchdown!
101.9 FM WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. New England, we no longer have a problem. Drake May took the podium on Monday and said his shoulder is feeling good. I still like the Seahawks to beat the Patriots, but this feels like a brand new ball game. Are we going to see a healthy Drake May versus this killer Seattle's defense? I like it. I'm Maddie Bates.
Oh, hello. It's me, the calculator that lives inside of TaxSlayer. I love numbers. Like 100, as in 100%, as in TaxSlayer's 100% accuracy, guaranteed. And 0, as in $0, as in it costs $0 to file and get the refund you deserve with TaxSlayer Simply Free, if you qualify. Simply Free is available to a limited number of taxpayers with age, income, credit, and deduction restrictions. See TaxSlayer.com for eligibility requirements. TaxSlayer. File fearlessly.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Cooper Electric and Southwire can help you pull wire 4 times faster. With Southwire's Simple Reel, setup is quick, installation is smooth, and once you use it, you'll never want to do a job without it. You can rent it or buy it today from Cooper Electric. Plus, with easy online ordering and local branches all across the tri-state, Cooper makes it simple to keep your projects moving. Visit Cooper-Electric.com today. That's Cooper-Electric.com. Cooper Electric, our knowledge is electric.
Visit your local Kia dealers to discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. It's the perfect balance of quality, dependability, power, and style. Learn more at kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
A mix of sun and clouds, high 33.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Hey, it's John Gallucci Jr., President and CEO at JAG Physical Therapy. It's hockey season, and your little pros get big injuries too. Parents, play it safe. If your son and daughter sustain an injury, JAG Physical Therapy is prepared. Our licensed physical therapist, occupational therapist, and certified athletic trainers treat you at our state-of-the-art facilities. Our physical therapists are certified to treat all sports injuries, from youth leagues to the big leagues. Injuries can happen to anyone, and it's important that you get treated right away. We are an in-network provider with most insurance companies, including Medicare. When you get injured, we're ready at JAG Physical Therapy, and we look forward to cheering you on from the sidelines.
JAG is the only outpatient physical therapy and occupational therapy provider that serves the 5 boroughs, Long Island, Rockland, Westchester, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. Schedule your visit today at jagpt.com. That's JAGPT.com.
Get back the life you love at JAG Physical Therapy.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. You know, some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Rogue is not only strong and practical, but it's reliable too. We've tested the turbocharged engine for thousands of hours, so it keeps going when you need it most. And 225 pound-feet of torque is what's going to allow this SUV to tackle those bigger, more ambitious adventures. Everything so you can go rogue.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to in-mat credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/2/26.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira-joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action to get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We're talking Yankees and Mets as we get you ready for the 2026 season. From the Time Pitchers and Catchers Report through opening day.
There's a high drive. That's leaving the yard.
The hot stove is fired up on The Fan. 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Yesterday, the commissioner of the NFL met the media. It's an annual thing, the State of the League address. And the way it's formatted is he gets a couple of softball questions from an interviewer and then will answer questions from the assembled media. It's the only time all year Roger Goodell does this. Mm-hmm. And what was at least on our minds was the Steve Tisch situation. So yesterday we talked a lot about Steve Tisch, his connection to the Epstein emails that were released over the weekend in a Friday news dump. And so we played a quick game guessing how many questions the media would ask Roger Goodell about Steve Tisch. Mm-hmm. Here's how we set the game up yesterday. And let's play a little game. how many questions are asked about this situation, the Epstein files and how it relates to NFL owners. How many questions? Here's what me and Tiki had to say about it. I say 2. It's going to be 2 and done.
I'd say minimum 2.
Minimum 2. Minimum 2. This game was so much fun that off air in our shared office, I asked Craig about it. And I don't even think he realized he then brought it on the air himself and played the same game with Big Mac, and I'm honored by that. So here's what they said.
Over or under for you. How many questions about Steve Tisch and the Epstein list? I don't think a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to set the over-under at 3.5.
Yeah, I was just going to say 4.
4. By the way, what I love about Craig, in his voice, you could hear it's like, oh, I got this great idea. Meanwhile, I just did it with him like an hour ago off air.
He's not realizing that it wasn't original.
No, that's okay. That's totally fine. So my understanding is I said 2. You said minimum 2. Big Mac said 4, and Sean didn't want to touch it.
I said 1, actually. You didn't pull it.
Oh, I didn't pull it? My bad. I guess I didn't hear that.
And real quickly, I forget exactly how many got asked, but just to preface,
I have the answer. We're going to play all of them.
I know,
by the way.
but it should be said.
Yeah.
Before he took the podium, he had the NFL issue a statement about this as well.
They did. They released a very weak statement about this, which, you know what, I guess I should read before we get to the questions.
Because it kind of said, I almost took it as we're not going to ask about this.
Yeah. Like, don't ask us about this. Here's the statement.
The NFL statement, and it was quick, was the league is aware of the reports and Steve's response. Our office will look into the matter to understand the facts. So very, very quick statement. But no, that did not stop the media. And I want to give major credit to the 3, because that is the answer. There were 3 questions about it. The first one is Judy Batista, who's an excellent reporter. So, Judy, kudos to you, because you stood up. You didn't waste any time. And you're like, yeah, I think we should ask about the Epstein emails. So here is Judy's question and Roger's answer. And by the way, get a stopwatch ready, because Roger doesn't want to talk about it very long.
Last week, release of some of Jeffrey Epstein's emails indicated repeated exchanges with Giants co-owner Steve Tisch. To what extent will the NFL look further into those exchanges, and could Steve Tisch be subject to discipline under the personal conduct policy?
Well, you may be getting ahead of yourself on the second part, but I would say that absolutely, we are going to look at all the facts. We're going to look at the context of those. We're going to try to understand that, and we'll look at how that falls under the policy. But I think we take one step at a time. Let's get the facts first.
I didn't like him immediately saying you're getting ahead of yourself. Kind of bothered me. I'm not getting ahead of myself.
Well, I mean,
it's fair to ask it.
If Steve Tisch is simply asking Jeffrey Epstein, hey, set me up with one of these Ukrainian girls that you hang out with, and it's all legal, it's not prostitution, it's just he hangs out with a lot of beautiful women, and Steve Tisch is looking for a date. Is that illegal?
No, but
is that anti-personal conduct? That's why he said you're getting ahead of yourself by saying, is he going to be disciplined?
Yes.
And by the way, it's the right question that Judy asked.
It's a great question. Can I counter that though? Because I think it could be. But you tell me if I'm wrong. You're right. There may not have been a crime. Can the NFL, who's very proud of their shield, say, you know what? You knew this guy was a creep, and you're emailing him in 2013 about being set up with women in which he was already a sex offender in 2013. That makes the shield look bad. Yeah. That's bad enough. It's not a crime, but it is bad enough for us to say we're going to do something about it.
He's a convicted sex offender.
Yes.
I wonder if any of the other owners were doing business or had any relationship with him.
They should look into that too. I mean, you're right. It opens up
that's all I'm saying. It just opens up a major can of worms.
Well, we'll get to some questions about that, because there were 3 questions. The answer is 3. So I was wrong. You were pretty much right. You said minimum 2. Big Mac was off by 1. Here's question number 2, and it is a follow-up. It took a few questions before the follow-up came, but here is the follow-up to that response Goodell gave to Judy Batista.
When you say you're going to look at the facts with Steve Tisch's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, does that mean the NFL is investigating? Are you guys opening an investigation? And then second part of the question, do you have any concern that there may be more NFL owners listed in the Epstein files as they are continuing to be released?
I don't even know the status of all the release. I know that 3 million documents came out last week. Listen, we'll continue to follow any of the facts that come up, and we'll determine whether we open an investigation or not based on those facts.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Very quick answers.
That's the right answer, though.
Yeah.
Because you can't speculate.
No, I mean, look, there's connections, but we mentioned this yesterday. The connections with other owners are very different than the connections with Steve Tisch. Like the connections of Josh Harris spoke to him about a business deal.
Right.
Or Woody Johnson had them come to a Jets game. Like, they're connections, and you should investigate it because it may be more than that. But the emails with Tisch are clearly different than the other connections.
Right.
And here's question number 3. This came from Albert Breer, and the only reason I know that is because I recognize his voice.
Yeah, hey, Roger. I know you said you guys are still collecting the facts on any owner's involvement in the Epstein files, but are you concerned, given the scope of the story, how that reflects on the league?
Sure, but that's why we have a personal conduct policy, and that's why we'll look into the facts.
So there it is, your 3 questions about the Steve Tisch, Epstein emails situation.
Didn't learn much.
I learned nothing.
Just that they're going to look at the facts.
I don't know.
Which is what you should do.
Yeah, it's the right answer. I don't think this is going anywhere. Because what facts are you looking at?
And what facts are you going to find?
And what are you going to find, and what are you doing? Like, are you calling Steve Tisch and saying, hey, we're doing an NFL investigation? And then you're going to ask him a million questions about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? Like, is that, I don't even know, is that what he means by that? Or are they going to wait for the government to dump more emails? Hey, we'll see if there's more emails. Like, what does that even mean? And I honestly don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Like, what's the investigation or following the facts mean? Does it mean let's wait for other things? Or does that mean, hey, we're going to do our own league investigation?
Yeah, my understanding is that what we know about the Tisch interaction, Steve Tisch interaction with Jeffrey Epstein, it's all been released. Right? There's not anything else.
I assume it's from that time period. Like, I guess there could be more from a different time period. I'm still trying to figure out what the $3 million are from. I think it's just like a 3 or 4 year window. I could be wrong though about this because I'm confused by this.
Yeah,
news
I
dump.
am too. But I read yesterday that it was all 2013 interactions.
So it's just 1 year.
It was just 1 year with Steve Tisch.
There you go.
So and then maybe I have no idea.
Yeah,
it'd be speculation.
So do we feel satisfied with the questions? I mean, it's one of those things.
I don't know what else you would ask.
I would have asked specifically, what does your internal investigation look like? That would have been my question. Like, just give me some specifics. Like, are you going to interview Steve? Is that the plan? Are we going to talk to people who know him? Or are we literally just going to wait because maybe there'll be more of a news dump from the DOJ on more emails? Like, I honestly don't know the answer. It's why I ask it.
Yeah, that's probably the next step question. It's just, what is the next step in waiting for all the facts? Are you actively pursuing the facts?
So the other things I heard listening to Roger Goodell, he was obviously asked a lot of questions about the Rooney Rule. He still believes in the effectiveness of it, despite the fact that only one minority coach was hired. He wasn't asked about tanking, which makes me wonder, are we just crazy? Like, are we in New York, because our teams have been so bad and we've been so active in talking about our teams losing, like, are we thinking that tanking is a bigger issue than the reality of it? Because really? So it's an us problem.
I'm sorry. It's not that it's a bigger issue, but it's easy to ignore when you realize the prism of which we're watching the NFL in New York compared to the way the rest of the NFL is watching. You know what I mean?
Because they're not tanking every single year.
Correct. And when it's a one-off, like the Raiders pulling Mason Crosby, or is that his name? Not Mason Crosby.
Mason Crosby.
What the hell's his name? Max Crosby.
There you go.
Like that only happens to the Raiders this year. You know what I mean? Nobody thinks about it. We are pounded into the tanking talk twice every year.
2 other things that jumped out at me about the commissioner. Number one, he decided to go out of his way to talk about how great officials are.
Yeah.
And that's always, do you really want to do that, Mr. Commissioner?
I'm really, I'm so amazed at how good our officials are. I mean, we spend time all week looking at various angles and still debating it a week later.
Come on.
These guys have to make a split-second decision. And the men and women on our field are incredible, and I think that they've proven over and over again they're really wonderful at what they do.
Here's the problem with his response, and because what he's saying is correct.
Yep.
But the 1%, probably even honestly, it's less than 1% of the calls that are bad are really bad.
They're very bad, and they're inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's the other problem. The other thing he was asked about, and I guess there is a section of Americans who are like concerned about this, bothered by this. I don't personally care, but we do try to feed everybody in case you're interested. And that is Bad Bunny's halftime performance. Like, is he going to get political? Because at the Grammys, he was very political, down with ICE. So here was Roger's answer to, hey, is there any concern that Bad Bunny at the halftime show is going to get political?
I think everybody Bad Bunny is, and I think that was demonstrated last night, one of the great artists in the world. And that's one of the reasons we chose him. But the other reason is he understood the platform he was on, and that this platform is used to unite people and to be able to bring people together with their creativity, with their talents, and to be able to use this moment to do that. And I think artists in the past have done that. I think Bad Bunny understands that, and I think he'll have a great performance.
So he's basically telling you he doesn't want him to get political, but if he does, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
There'll be an outcry, and then we'll all move on.
Also, it's halftime. If you don't want to watch halftime, it's not going to take away from the enjoyment of watching the Seahawks and Patriots. That's where you get up, you clean up the pigs in a blanket, you go to the bathroom.
I'm so glad you said that. We have a job, and I will watch the halftime show because I know that we may talk about it.
Sure.
I need a break, bro. I've been in front of the TV for a long time. I'm watching the game. I need to pee. I want to watch the commercials. I really don't want to watch the halftime show, and I freely admit I only watch it now because I know we're going to talk about it on the radio.
Very few of them capture my interest.
Yeah.
Dre and Snoop, they did.
They did a good job.
Very few do, though.
Katy Perry and the Big Elephant, that did too.
I mean, J-Lo and
I don't remember.
Shakira,
man. Jeez. I'll never forget.
Those hips don't lie.
They don't. I was at my ex-girlfriend's house watching the Patriots-Panthers Super Bowl. And during the halftime show featuring Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake, I left the room. I was like, do something else. I came back because I heard them all screaming, "Oh, I saw boob!" And I'm like, what? And they had to, my father, the guy who was the father of this girl I was seeing.
Careful, Evan.
Yeah, he had DVR. It was the early days of DVR.
Nice.
And said, I'll rewind it. And he rewinds it, and that's how I saw Nipplegate or whatever the heck you want to call it.
Right.
So I was always like that. Like, I need a break, man. We're watching football all day. I don't need to watch this stupid halftime show.
That's a heck of a girlfriend's father. He kept you abreast of the situation.
Look at you. Very good. All right, so, and we kept everyone abreast of what Roger Goodell said. Everything else was very boring. Or he didn't answer questions.
Right.
Like the Patriot reporter who said, do you feel guilty that Belichick isn't in the Hall of Fame because of Spygate?
That's not why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
I know. And Roger didn't even, recognize the answer, which is why it's like, I'm not even going to play.
Such an uninformed question. It's annoying. When I hear these things, I get annoyed.
Well, it's a Bostonite. They're dumb.
Yeah, but still.
You know the deal.
It's annoying.
I get you. We'll come back with your phone calls, 888-808-1019, and a Cinco de Luncho. But Fanatics Fest, it's the world's #1 sports fan festival, and it returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to the 19th. See celebrities and athletes from all your favorite leagues, including Aaron Judge, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jalen Brunson, Diana Taurasi, Mike Tyson, and so many more. Live panels, autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drops you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets are on sale now, and they will sell out. Grab yours early at fanaticsfest.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by IHateMyEnergyBill.com. Are you sick of insane utility bills? Go to IHateMyEnergyBill.com to find out if your home qualifies for solar with zero out-of-pocket costs. See your bills disappear.
Hey, it's Tiki. Even at 50 years old, I still train hard, and recovery matters. That's why I use GAT Sports' new Creatine Chews. No powder, no mess, no shaker cups. Just great flavors like grape cotton candy, lemon lime, and my favorite, fruit punch on the go. 5 grams of creatine per serving. Save 30% off your first bottle at GATsport.com with code TIKI30. That's GAT Sport.com with code TIKI30. GAT Creatine Chews. Fuel up, compete harder. Let's go.
With Grubhub, there's no fees on restaurant orders over $50. You eat the food, Grubhub will eat the fees.
Wait. Grubhub is going to eat the fees?
Wait, like the receipts? It's a metaphor for how Grubhub is doing away with fees. No delivery fees, no service fees, no rainy day fees.
But what if it rains? Can I still order delivery? Please!
You can still get any type of food delivered without getting off the couch.
In that case, what about the no pants fee?
Well, I've never heard of that one, but I guess we'll eat that too. No fees on restaurant orders over $50. Only on Grubhub.
Grubhub will eat the fees!
Details at Grubhub.com.
This President's Month at Nielsen Dodge, fun is in the driver's seat. We're celebrating all month with special presidential savings, plus 0 down payment.
We have your new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram at extra special fun is in the driver's seat savings.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4, just $187 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo X 4x4, just $295 a month.
Plus, choose from a wide selection of certified pre-owned vehicles.
And if you need credit help, we're here to make it fast and easy on Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
President's Day sales event. Term 27 months to assign Compass 5782, Cherokee 5890 at tax tag 489 dock and DMV fees.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Be there at Barclays Center on February 15th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hi, it's Sal Licata here for CertaPro Painters. You know, my home is a very happy place, especially when my wife is satisfied. And while that's not an easy thing for me to achieve, my friends at CertaPro Painters had no such problems. Big jobs, small jobs, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
When it comes to affordable term life insurance, everyone's whistling the Big Lou tune. If you're over 50, maybe a bit porky, or have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost about $200 a month. Even if you're not in perfect health, call Big Lou, because he specializes in finding big chunks of affordable term life insurance for just about everyone. Don't let diabetes or other health glitches keep you from owning $500,000 to $1 million or more of term life insurance. For affordable term life insurance, call Big Lou. Don't hesitate. Call 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or visit biglou.com.
Call Big Lou, don't hesitate. 800-700-6898. Call Big Lou, don't hesitate. 800-700-6898. Visit biglou.com.
This is the Game of the Week Report, brought to you by Hyundai.
Sunday night showdown between New England and Seattle is shaping up as one of the most compelling championship matchups in years, as both franchises look to cap their seasons with a statement on football's biggest night. New England is looking to earn their 7th title, while Seattle hopes for their 2nd.
The Game of the Week Report is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. Learn how it's so much more than just another SUV at HyundaiUSA.com.
This isn't just how you get there, it's how you arrive. Whatever the day brings, make it epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. A sleek exterior, premium interior, and class-leading space for up to 8 with available third-row power seats that recline to give you room to live big. Make every day feel epic in the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid with up to an EPA-estimated 619 miles of range on select trims, advanced tech, and class-leading interior space. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Ratliff, Engineering Director at Nissan. You know, some things are important to hear from an expert, not a voice actor. For instance, the Nissan Rogue is not only strong and practical, but it's reliable too. We've tested the turbocharged engine for thousands of hours, so it keeps going when you need it most. And 225 pound-feet of torque is what's going to allow this SUV to tackle those bigger, more ambitious adventures. Everything so you can go rogue.
Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, Murano, or 2025 Nissan Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 US IQS award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to INMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/2/26.
This week's football hot performer, sponsored by Edison HVAC, is Jackson Smith in Jigba. He caught 10 passes for 153 yards and a touchdown in the win over Los Angeles. If your current heating system is over 15 years old, you need a new hot performer in a high-efficiency carrier system. There's only one company to call: Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's Yankees heating experts for over 38 years. Older heating systems waste gas, so make sure your system is a hot performer and save money now with Edison Heating and Cooling. Contact them at edisonhvac.com.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go!
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's pretty damn cold outside, so the Fan's got the hot stove keeping you warm.
Victory for the New York Yankees!
The Fan has you covered as the Yankees and Mets gear up for spring training, and we'll keep you covered. Your home for New York baseball is 101.9 FM WFAN, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Busy Tuesday here in New York City. The Giants have an offensive coordinator. The Jets still don't as of this hour, though there are reports that they are meeting with Frank Reich earlier today. And Sean dumped the bomb on us that Woody Johnson has blown up this entire offseason, that the reason Wink Martindale isn't the defensive coordinator, Woody Johnson.
And Jet fans are, of course, mad at me because I'm the bad guy.
Well, listen, and I said this, I tweeted this out earlier of your little video. You're the wrong messenger, but everyone knows you're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those weird things. Like, we know Woody is handsy. That's not crazy.
Right.
Woody getting handsy this early, yes, that feels peculiar. But the other thing I will defend you on, Sean, is while you are a troll and while you may hate the Jets, the few times you've come on the air and said, hey, I got news, you've been right. So I trust you. You're not one to just make stuff up. So good for you.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for any Jet reporter to deny it. They won't. So
correct.
That's the other thing. Anyhow, feed us a little bit because I'm kind of hungry. And I think Tiki's hungry, too.
Yes. Oh, you're hungry, are you?
Yes.
Are you hungry?
Yeah. I got pasta waiting in the back.
Do you?
I mean, but if you have something for me.
I got something for you.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the queso. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evan's yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
All right, Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere. Just a brief lunch thought. Tiki said he had pasta in the back. I can't stress enough, everybody, make the right choices. It is a Tuesday. You know what's going to happen this weekend on Super Bowl Sunday. You're going to stuff your fat face, and you're going to come in 2 days' worth of leftovers Monday and Tuesday. Eat well. Eat responsibly the next couple days. All right? Here we go. Anyway, I just want to wish a happy birthday. There is somebody out there listening right now who is 18 years old today, and you have entered adulthood. You might have had a child born today, 18 years old, an adult. 18 years ago today, the Giants beat the Patriots in Super Bowl 42, meaning that David Tyree catch is now an adult. Wow. You want to feel old?
Wow, that really is to make you feel old.
Dude.
So, off of that, obviously around here, that is a game that's always going to tickle people on Super Bowl week and talk about it. On the anniversary, we did the Eli Manning Hall of Fame stuff. How about the 5 MVPs in that game that might have deserved it other than Eli Manning with my explanation?
Boy, you are something with finding a way.
Right, to bring it back.
I mean,
Evan, I promise you, if I was alive for a Jets Super Bowl, I would do one on them.
I love the Giants.
All right, go ahead.
Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
Plaxico Burress. Think about the diva wide receiver in the NFL if they're not getting targets in a big game. A.J. Brown's yelling at Sirianni. Stephon Diggs in a win was yelling at whoever the hell the coach was of the Vikings that year. Plaxico Burress was so quiet that night. He had just one catch up until the final one, that touchdown. He never kept his head down, did his job, blocked.
Is that right?
He had 2 catches on the whole game. One of them is that game-winning touchdown.
Wow.
Plaxico for not being a complaining distraction, and then when they needed him the most, that slow-go route, he gets MVP number 5 for me. All right, here we go.
Number 4.
The number 4 MVP doesn't get talked about enough is Tom Petty. Because a lot of us, as we just talked about, talked about Bad Bunny performing at halftime of the Super Bowl. There were Giant fans across the New York area that were nervous like me going, holy crap, we're really in this game. So we are. Like everything we said, we're in this game. And Tom Brady played the opening strings to Running Down a Dream.
Tom Petty.
To what I call Tom Brady?
Yes.
Sorry. Tom Petty played Running Down a Dream, and we all felt like the Giants were running down the dream at that moment. And we all entered the second half with a breath of that was the halftime show we needed. Okay, here we go.
I was at that Super Bowl, and if you would have asked me right now who
I couldn't
did
have told
that,
you
I wouldn't have remembered.
I was there too. I have no idea.
Dude, I was so jacked up, I had a tear falling down my eye when he played Running Down a Dream. I'll never forget it. Here we go.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Steve Smith. There was the helmet catch. We didn't go from helmet catch to Plaxico. The Giants sat there on a 3rd and 11 after the Tyree catch. 3rd and 11. And Eli Manning, under duress, threw one well short of the sticks to Steve Smith, who had to find his way up the sideline and could have stepped out 3 yards short and fought and had stick awareness. And the very next play was the Plaxico touchdown. We may never get the touchdown without the first down by Steve Smith. Here we go.
Number 2.
Justin Tuck. There was Strahan. There was Osi. But
Yep.
Tuck was relentless with 2 sacks in that game. How could you not give it to him?
That's the other thing I do remember about this game. I was watching it next to Joe B to my right and Al Dukes to my left. And I don't think I talked about this with Al, but Joe and I were debating who is the MVP if the Giants win. And we were both thinking it was Justin Tuck.
Yeah.
Like
it felt like a defensive MVP.
No doubt, because of the pressure.
Of how prolific the Patriots offense was all season long. Because that was a year he threw for 50 touchdowns. Right?
Oh, historic, yeah. And just the constant pressure that Tuck and Strahan had on him.
Oh, what a night.
Number 1.
Number 1 is David Tyree, but not just for the helmet catch. The Giants needed to find pay dirt early in that fourth quarter. And do people forget David Tyree scored the first Giant touchdown of this game?
Yes, they
Along
do.
the back line of the end zone, keeping both feet down. He had not 1 but 2 extremely important plays. They do not win the Super Bowl. So I'm putting Tyree 1 because everybody talks about the helmet catch. That touchdown was so crucial to the Giants finding a way in the fourth quarter. That is your Cinco. 18 years. Happy birthday, Super Bowl 42.
The smile on your face is something.
Ugh.
Are you going to rewatch that game this week?
Right. By the way, there's been one since then.
I know.
I know.
When's that birthday?
I know.
February 6th, I think.
Oh, you got a few days.
Am I going to rewatch that one? I always do. I typically do around this time. Maybe even tonight. I might get into that. I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, Evan, you're a student of the WFAN game. Didn't we a year later replay that game on the radio station? Like the night before the Super Bowl?
That I don't remember, but that seems like a real turn-off idea, and it's a good one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
I believe he did. And I remember, because I never got to listen to the game because you watched the game. And I remember, setting my radio and going, I'm going to listen to Super Bowl 42 because you played. It was a good turn-off idea.
That is a good idea. Should we do that again? Should we advise
Probably
our
not.
bosses? No? You don't like that idea?
It's not recent enough.
Would you rather listen to that or Tommy tonight?
Come on.
Well, that answer tells me you know it.
What? What are you talking about? Tommy's not on till later tonight because, as you should know,
the Nets and Lakers.
The Brooklyn Nets play the LA Lakers, and Rutgers is out at UCLA. So we got sports.
Oh, double dip.
Yeah, we got double dips of sports. So Tommy's not going to be on, I don't think, until after midnight.
So something brewing out in UCLA for Rutgers tonight. Huh?
That's right. Little Rutgers, UCLA, and LeBron's in town. Is that a big deal to people? He was
just here.
I know, but it's a cheaper way to see him.
Is it? How
much? The get in, if I had to guess, is probably like $180, which is expensive, especially for the Nets.
Are you
but
going?
Far less. No, I sold my. Are you kidding me? If there is a night as a Nets season ticket holder, first of all, I've seen LeBron play 600 times.
Right. So it doesn't matter.
So
and he's taken,
mid-court air balls, so it doesn't matter.
I love how that's such a big deal to everybody. But okay, that's fine.
Like, why the hell? What's he doing?
He was trying to have a moment. That's what he was trying to do.
It was 30 feet short, 20 feet short.
So the get-in price right now, it's actually gone up $205. So it's a hot ticket, but it's still not as expensive as seeing him at Madison Square Garden. And if you've never seen LeBron, go see him. I've seen him 100 times. I'm sick of seeing him. I mean, I've seen him beat my team. I've seen him eliminate my team. I've seen him get blocked epically by Jared Allen. Like, I've seen it all with this guy. I'm done. I don't need to see him again. You know when I'll see him again? In the NBA Finals or the NBA playoffs if my team ever played him.
What is he going to be, 50?
Well, I will tell you this, and Jake Fisher is a good reporter, did report this this morning. LeBron and the Lakers are going to break up at the end of the year.
I mean, it's obvious.
And he's going to continue playing.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a really good chance that eventually he will end up in Cleveland because that just seems like the perfect place. The great Ian O'Connor, who we love, had an editorial the other day saying LeBron should sign with the Knicks next year, which I understood his point, but that's not going to happen.
No, it feels like it would be disruptive.
Yeah, I think
so
it's
disruptive.
Time has passed.
Yeah.
But I think LeBron back in Cleveland makes a lot of sense. So if my team ever made the playoffs as like in the play-in tournament next year, and I got the opportunity to face LeBron James in the playoffs, I'll see him again.
Right.
Until then, no thank you. And think about this. LeBron will go back to Cleveland next year, and guess who he'll be teammates with? James Harden. Because that is the...
Is that happening?
So there are reports now, and this is crazy to me. Real quick aside before we get back to your calls. The LA Clippers have played great basketball. Like in the last month and a half, they've won 16 out of their last 21 games. So even though they're an under 500 team, if you look at how they've played recently...
they're on the come.
They're absolutely on the come. James Harden's a part of it. Apparently, James Harden went to the Clippers and said, yeah, I'm done. I want out. In the middle of this.
God, what a knucklehead.
He has a full no-trade clause. The Clippers are motivated to do it, and apparently he's going to go to Cleveland for Darius Garland, which I think is a no-brainer for the Clippers.
Of course it is. I mean, they're too short in the backcourt, so they have to do something with one of those guys.
You're also getting yourself 10 years in age.
Yes.
I mean, done.
Right.
I don't know if I like this for Cleveland. In fact, if I'm a Knicks fan, I'd be ecstatic because you know this. James Harden ain't going to the NBA Finals.
Well, here's the question. What's the benefit to the Cavs? Is it box office? Is that what the issue is?
I think he'd run a great second unit when Donovan Mitchell's on the bench, but
I'm
skeptical how they're going to play together.
People going to those games?
Yeah, they're selling out every game. I think it's about getting to the next level.
Yeah, but is James Harden really taking you to the next level?
No.
Exactly. So what's the point?
Because they think it could get them to the next level.
Yeah.
I disagree with it. I agree with you. I think that him and Donovan Mitchell are going to have a tough connection together. I think defensively they're going to take a step backward. I think where they'll benefit again is when Mitchell's on the bench, James Harden running the second unit will be a major strength. But if I'm a Knicks fan, I look at this and I chuckle. I'm like, okay. That would be my response. Like, oh, okay, James Harden. He's a loser. I mean, I know. I've been saying that for years, ever since he came to my team and was a loser here. He is a loser.
But he was good for your team.
He was good.
Until he didn't want it anymore.
But he's a loser. Like, two things can be true. He's a wonderful talent. He's a Hall of Famer. God bless him. He's not a bad guy. He's a loser. And I want to read to you a tweet because it's so good. I don't want to screw it up because it's so
This is about James Harden?
It's about James Harden. It's one of the most brilliant tweets I've ever read. Are you ready? I got it.
From whom?
A guy who's a Clipper fan because his Twitter account is @ClipsLand.
Okay.
Thinking James Harden wants to be on your team in the long run is like thinking the stripper loves you. You've won the internet.
Wow.
How true is that? Remember he wanted the Nets until he didn't? Remember he wanted the Sixers until he didn't? Remember he wanted the Clippers until he didn't? Like, this isn't new. This is not a new thing. He is the stripper that you're like, we're going to have a good time. And then it's like, oh, I'm done with you.
Right.
So if Cleveland does this, Knicks fans, congratulations. Let's go to... It's one of the greatest tweets I've ever read.
That is a great tweet.
I mean, it's so accurate. Let's go to Philip in Brooklyn. Hey, Philip.
Hey, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call.
Pleasure.
As a Giants fan, tell me how I should feel about Matt Nagy. Look, I'm not going to hold Chicago against him with Justin Fields. He was the coach. He was the offensive coordinator. We see Fields with the Steelers and the Jets. Him and Bieniemy in Kansas City with Andy Reid. What do I have to look forward to? Is he really a developer of quarterbacks? Granted, Patrick Mahomes is there.
Yeah.
Justin Fields and Mitchell Trubisky.
Right. So I would say developer is the wrong word, and it's one that we've gotten hooked on. It's like the arm talent thing that you hear about these young quarterbacks. Oh, he's got great arm talent. That's people who don't know what the hell they're talking about saying he can throw the ball long. What Matt Nagy is good at is, I think, nurturing a quarterback and putting them in positions where they feel comfortable. So, I mean, I had forgotten this. I had to go back and do this. I did in a break a little bit ago. What made Mitch Trubisky so good in Chicago for his rookie season? Again, they won 12 games. With Mitch Trubisky, they were 12-4.
Yeah.
So much of it was the play design. So everybody's getting on him about it. He doesn't call the plays. But forget the play calling. That sequencing, Andy Reid is a genius at that. He's been that way since he was in Philly. But the play design is what Matt Nagy has been really good at. And, you know, when you know you're getting zone defenses, how do you attack it? Right? When you know you're getting man cover, how do you attack it? And can you position yourself to get in the right play every single time? That's what Matt Nagy does. And that's why Mitch Trubisky had success in his rookie season. So can he bring that to Jackson Dart and the New York Giants? I hope so. And I think so, because I know he's smart. I know he's thoughtful. He may not be the hot coordinator, but I think you don't need that. You need good play calling. You need great athletes, and you need execution. And if you have a quarterback, you can get that.
And if you're on the fence, which I am, John Harbaugh.
Trust John Harbaugh.
I mean, that's
100%.
I think that's a fine thing to say this offseason. I think eventually, still need to be wins, and then the trust will be earned. But I think for right now, it's like, all right, I trust John Harbaugh. Ryan is in Cranford. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, guys. So, Peak, yesterday I called. I got a little heated.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want to do that today.
Please don't.
And there's a lot of things I want to ask you about, but I can't because I can't sit here and interview you. So I'll just ask both of you one question, but I'm more interested in your answer, Teak, than anybody else's.
Go ahead.
Knowing, well, because I want to judge where you're
Totally fine. Totally fine. Go ahead.
You.
Go ahead.
Knowing what you know about the Tish and Epstein thing, and I'm not trying to beat this to death, but knowing what you know about it, what you've read, who Epstein was, and all that good stuff.
By the way, that's all I know.
And then right. And then you have. Has your mind about your good friend Steve Tisch changed at all?
I mean, of course it is. Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of soliciting prostitution and minors something in 2008,
2009.
2008, I want to leave.
Yeah.
And so it was a plea deal that got him those two convictions, and he served 13 months or something of that regard. And then he was back out, and he was doing the same stuff that he's been doing or was doing for the next decade plus, including business deals with a lot of people who probably knew about this conviction. And so all I know is what I've read from regarding Steve Tisch as a divorced man looking for someone to be set up with. That's all I know.
Yeah, there are levels to this. So on the most basic level, if you had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, especially in that post-08 world, I have major questions about your judgment.
Yes.
I'll just start there on the most basic level.
That's really it.
That's it. Doesn't mean you're a pedophile. Doesn't mean you were doing anything illegal. Doesn't mean you knew specifically what was going on. But you knew enough to know he's a bad guy.
Right.
And if you're associating with him, what I would say to any politician and I would say to any sports owner is, I question your judgment.
I agree with you. And just to get Ryan's facts correct, I was good friends with Bob Tisch. His father was a mentor to me. Steve Tisch lived in L.A. my entire career. We saw him every now and then. Jonathan Tisch was a closer friend because he lived in the city. But Bob Tisch was my good friend, not Steve.
Different people. Let's go to Jake and Merrick. What's up, Jake?
Yeah, I'm just wondering about your guys' confidence in Matt Nagy. I mean, I don't think he did that great of a job with the Chiefs. He made Mahomes look like a below-average quarterback. Like, are you worried about the progression of Dart under Nagy?
Below-average quarterback? You sure that wasn't the roster around him?
It's Mahomes, and he looked average. He looked like a pedestrian quarterback.
I mean, did you watch the games, or you just look at the stats? I mean, or watch the highlights?
I watched the games.
Look,
I watched the games.
The Chiefs are compromised.
Maybe average is a bad call, but he didn't look like Mahomes under Nagy. He didn't look that good.
Okay, sure. I can see you're messing around and jacking off in the background. So this is.
Should you really be doing that at 12:45?
Sounded young.
Matt Nagy, we have no idea what he's going to be as a Giants offensive coordinator. We do know that he is one of the good play designers in the league, and it's the same thing that Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay and all these guys do, where they use motion to get indicators and they put themselves in the right position to have the quarterback make the right call. That's all we can do, and then trust that Jackson Dart, buys into it and that they execute it at a high level. I have no reason to be negative on Matt Nagy at all.
Yeah, I'm almost in the middle on this one because while I can't blame him for what we think happened to the Chiefs' offense,
how many drops did the Chiefs have last year?
I think they were amongst the league leaders.
Exactly.
Find it.
Yeah, they were up there.
Yeah, they were up there. I remember looking at
how
this.
compromised was Travis Kelce? I mean, seriously, he'd get the ball hit him right in the hands and drop it.
Right,
and he looked old. His ability to run and create space and routes was not the same. Now, if you can say that that's on Matt Nagy, then fantastic. But you're not watching football the right way.
But I also think, like, if the Chiefs' offense was an automatic, no one would want to say, oh, that's Matt Nagy. They'd say, it's Patrick Mahomes.
100%.
Right.
So I almost look at what happened the last few years and say, I can't really judge it, good or bad.
Yeah.
Andy Reid called the plays, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so
right.
Everything you're critical about the Chiefs' offense, if you feel like it regressed the last couple of years, it's not as if Matt Nagy just sat there all week building everything and said, Andy, this is what we did all week, just call these plays.
Right. And also, we can't discount that Matt Nagy, who was he's the offensive coordinator in name, watched what was happening with the play calling last year and said, I want to do this differently.
Right.
And Andy Reid is saying, nope, it's my ship. I'm doing it the way I want to do it. And so when it came to the end of the season, Matt Nagy says to himself and to Andy Reid, it's time for me to go someplace else, to go out on my own so that I can call my own plays.
Right, and he's going to get a chance to do it here.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. How about some Olympic news? As it turns out, that injury by Lindsey Vonn a couple days ago, she has torn her ACL.
Again.
But plans on competing wearing a knee brace anyway.
Wow.
As I've been pounding the drum for, this is one of the things I'm most excited for this year is watching Lindsey Vonn in the Olympics, now seeing her with a torn ACL, a true American hero.
I thought you said the opposite.
What do you mean?
I thought you said you're so not excited to see Lindsey Vonn.
How is that going to work?
That was Lugauer.
Oh, you're right. I get you guys confused. Yeah. You're right. How is she going to ski with a torn ACL?
How are you going downhill with a torn ACL?
I don't know.
Well, Tiki, this is where I just read the Fan Focus. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Because you know what the ACL prevents, right? That Lachman test that they do, they push your tib-fib, the lower part of your leg, forward to see if your ACL catches it, right? So if it catches it, then your ACL is intact. If it doesn't and it goes all the way forward, then it's like, oh, man, it's crap. If you push it the other way, then your PCL is torn. But if your ACL is torn and you're going, think about the angle you're going downhill. So there's already pressure on your patella and that ACL, PCL juncture because of the angle of the slope. And then you're twisting to go through the gates and there's nothing there.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
How the hell is her knee staying in place?
Can she cross-country ski?
If she's flat, it's probably okay. But gravity is not helping her, is my point.
That's another reason to watch it. We'll come back with your calls. A lot going on. The Giants have an OC, and Woody Johnson's ruining the Jets. 888-808-1019.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank, where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the new Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit, sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant. Perfect for travel. Just back it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, you get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So, go hit up collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by TaxSlayer. Start filing for free today at TaxSlayer.com. The Cleveland Browns and New Orleans Saints will play in Paris next season, and I'll be honest, I think we should apologize to France. Hey, thanks for the good food. Thanks for the good movies. Thanks for the entire statue. Here are the Cleveland Browns in return. I think Tyler Shuck and the New Orleans Saints will take down the Browns, but man, what an absolute mess. I'm Addie Bates.
Presented by Robinhood.
He crosses, spins, pulls up,
With Robinhood Prediction Markets, buy or sell your predictions all game long. No house odds, just you versus the market. Put your sports IQ to work. Trade every shot, block, steal, run, and moment that shifts the game. With Robinhood Prediction Markets, trade every play. Visit Robinhood.com/predict to start trading. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve. Plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Boomer here. If you care about cooking your meat to perfection as much as I do, the IQ Sense Smart Meat Thermometer from Chef IQ wirelessly monitors your food's internal temperature in real time and pairs with the Chef IQ app to tell you when it's time to flip, rest, and serve. So there's no guesswork. There's no overcooking, just perfect USDA safe temps every single time. It even connects to the new Chef IQ mini oven for hands-off precision cooking. So why not grab yours today at chefiq.com, code word Boomer to save 30% at checkout.
It's Dunkin's world and you're living in it, which means breakfast is easy and costs $5 with Dunkin's $5 meal deal. You get 6 crispy hash browns, a wake-up wrap, and a medium hot or iced coffee, whatever your mood calls for. Bring your friend, your brother, your mother, your cousin, or just bring yourself, because at Dunkin', they make deals for everyone. Get Dunkin's $5 meal deal only at Dunkin'. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
It may be last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing markets, rushing yards over under, alt rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Do you think Kenneth Walker will rush for over 76.5 yards? Maybe you'll lower Drake May's rushing total to 30-plus yards instead of 36.5. Or maybe you'll take either Ramondre Stevenson or Travion Henderson to have the most rushing yards over Kenneth Walker. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is now withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
This year, flavor doesn't walk. It runs wild. At P.F. Chang's, we're charging into the year of the horse with bold new wok-fired dishes like pork belly bao buns and refreshing cocktails like the Midnight Gallop. P.F. Chang's beloved red envelope tradition returns, adding a surprise element to every visit during the Lunar New Year. Each guest receives a red envelope revealing a special offer redeemable on a future visit. Celebrate the Lunar New Year with flavor that runs wild at P.F. Chang's. Valid for dine-in only while supplies last. Details at pfchangs.com.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from
We can be twinsies
to
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom.
freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I forgot to mention there's a Super Bowl on Sunday. I think that's our first mention of the game. We'll get there as the week goes on. Patriots against the Seahawks. I do have an interest in rewatching Patriots Seahawks from 11 years ago. Not sure what day I'm going to do it, but that's like one of those games. It's been long enough. It's so intriguing. And obviously, even though the players aren't the same, the franchises are. There's a history to it. And there's also more relevance to it that leads to the Jets, which I'll get to in a minute. But here's what's going on if you're just tuning in. Number one, the Giants do have an offensive coordinator. We have spent plenty of time talking about it. Matt Nagy, the former offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, the former head coach of the Chicago Bears, is going to be the new play caller, new OC of the New York Giants. We know that Todd Monken was the number one option. Todd obviously got the head coaching job with the Cleveland Browns. Nothing you could do about that. And so this was John Harbaugh going to plan B. And there were a lot of names mentioned. I kind of preferred Cliff Kingsbury. The Giants decided not to go in that direction. Connor Hughes had a report that they were very interested in Charlie Weiss Jr. for anyone who's called up about him, but he decided to stay at LSU, where he's now at. And eventually they made the decision on Matt Nagy, a hire that I think most Giant fans are like, okay.
Right.
Okay, we'll see.
I don't understand the negativity coming in on the Matt.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. I see it from a lot of people just throwing negativity.
Well, can I just tell you real quick what the negativity is? And you've already kind of dismissed a lot of it, and I understand it, but I just want to explain it. I'm like the explainer in chief. Who said that? Obama said that, right? He said that about Clinton, actually. Yeah. He's like, he's the explainer in chief. Right. Anyhow. Speaking of Epstein files, but whatever. I'm sorry, what was I? Oh,
they will testify, though.
They will. I did see that. The rankings offensively. That's it. And I'm not saying that's a good reason. I'm saying that's the reason. The Chiefs' rankings offensively have gone backwards. The rankings in Chicago went backwards. And that's it. And you can absolutely, and you already had Tiki poke holes in that. It is certainly a flawed thought.
Of course it's a flawed thought.
I'm just explaining to you where the negativity
But 2 years
from.
ago, they were in the Super Bowl, and they got destroyed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Why? Because their offensive line was like Swiss cheese. So that's Matt Nagy's fault, who's the offensive coordinator, not Brett Veach's fault, or Andy Reid, who is the play caller.
And if we say good things like they were in the Super Bowl, the answer is, well, that's not Matt Nagy. That's Patrick Mahomes.
That's exactly
and Andy
right.
Reid.
And Andy Reid.
Yeah.
So
I guess my point would be
people are used to being so beat down that they jump to negativity first because they feel uninspired.
Correct. But
instead, they'd rather be inspired by somebody they have no idea about.
But this is what I was going to say. Who on this list of the people they were talking to would people have not had this reaction about?
Cliff Kingsbury.
But
Charlie Weiss Jr., who's
Charlie Weiss Jr.
28 years old.
Right.
Whatever the heck he is. Oh, he'd be awesome for our offensive coordinator. I can't wait. Based on what?
His connection to Jackson Dart.
Who cares?
I'm just giving you the
college
answers.
football. It's not the same thing.
I'm just the explainer in chief.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just telling you that it's ludicrous people's reactions about things that they're so uninformed about.
Well, I'm going to give you my reaction.
Or biased about. I think it's biased.
I'm going to give you my biased reaction to the Jets decision, which has not been made yet. But here's where things stand. They're interviewing Frank Reich today. It's been reported Zach Rosenblatt has the report that he's in Florham Park today. And the three names that have been attached to this job are Greg Roman, Darrell Bevell, and Frank Reich.
Mm-hmm.
Evan, those are three fantastic names. I want you to rank those three names in order because the Pick 3 Quick 3 is brought to you by New Jersey Lottery's Green Ball promotion back again on Pick 3 evening drawing. So you have three veteran OCs.
Yes.
Your preference order on the Pick 3 Quick 3 here.
And you'll probably see what Tiki described, which is biases and being uninformed, but my raw animalistic opinions on these three gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to get it. Here we go. Number 3. That means I don't want him, or I would want him the least. Is Darrell Bevell. And you want to know why? Let's bring it all back to what I said about 4 minutes ago about rewatching the Seattle Seahawks against the New England Patriots.
Oh, come on. The one play?
Yeah. The one play. Am I wrong? When I think of Darrell Bevell, what do you think?
I'm just curious.
What do you think?
I think trying to go save Urban Meyer's ass down in Jacksonville.
That's what you think of?
And it didn't work.
By the way, that was the last time he was an offensive coordinator. That was 4 years ago.
I know.
Since then, he's been the quarterback's
way,
passing game coordinator for the Dolphins.
By the way, I agree with you.
Thank you.
But it's not for Super Bowl, whichever one that was.
Well, I'm giving you
it was
49.
49.
Because it's 11 minus 60, or 60 minus 11. That's how I figured it out. I don't know numbers. I know years. I'm a years guy, not a Super Bowl numbers guy.
Right.
That's just the way I am. Same with presidents. I know the years they serve, not the number that they are president-wise.
There's no way that Darrell Bevell could have known that Bill Belichick knew that they were checking to that play.
You may be right. That's why I said to you, I know it's irrational, but it's on my mind.
It was the right play to call on second down.
Was it?
100
You got Marshawn freaking Lynch,
Hold on.
bro.
Yes, and you ran for 6 yards to the 1 yard line.
So go get 1 yard.
You know that they're gonna, if you try to run the football, they're gonna gang up to stop the run.
Are they gonna be successful?
There's 30 seconds left. So throw the ball on second down. If it's incomplete, you got 2 downs to get the touchdown. It was the down to throw the ball. The problem is it was the wrong call because Malcolm Butler knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm lying, go watch the Patriots practice from the week before.
Yeah, they did.
They ran the exact play in practice, and he did the exact thing.
Yeah.
He intercepted it in practice.
It's kind of crazy.
It's nuts. It almost makes you feel like the league is fixed. But
So it's not the play, but it would be the fact he hasn't been an OC in 5 years.
That's more.
And he's been the quarterback's passing game coordinator for the Dolphins. Like, he's not exciting. If you want him to be on the staff of one of the other guys, fine.
Yeah, you want to talk about a coordinator, pass game or whatever, quarterback coach doing nothing? Be Mike McDaniel's pass game coordinator.
Seriously.
That was all Mike McDaniel.
As far as Roman and Reich, and I don't love either guy. I think both guys are probably singles to center field. I put Frank Reich 2 and Greg Roman number 1, and I think my lean towards Roman is just he was the OC last year.
Well, success.
He has had levels of success with Baltimore and with the Chargers. Like, he's been doing it. He's fine.
And San Francisco before that.
That's right. In Frank Reich's case, it feels like he was half retired. And if you're half retired, do you really want to do it?
Agreed.
Now,
I hear you on the Frank Reich thing. I know why it makes sense for Aaron Glenn, because Aaron Glenn, now being tasked with being the defensive coordinator and calling all the plays, needs someone who has head coaching experience, or
Which
at
he
least
does.
overall team management experience to run the offense. And I guess Greg Roman is qualified to do that as well. He's just never been a head coach. But this rings of Aaron Glenn like disconnecting a little bit from the offensive side of the ball.
Which I actually am okay with, especially if he's taking on running the defense.
Yes.
Which, according to Sean Morash, is all because of Woody Johnson. And that's the state of affairs with the New York Jets. Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Robbie and Lennox. Hey, Robbie.
Yes, it's Drury, Boone, and Glenn, a crime-fighting team with 75 years of incompetence. No tricks. No tricks. That's right. No clue. Hey, guys, how are you? Tonight on NBC, I blew the whole thing. Take two. That's right. I mean, I'm so used to it. Anyway, Steve Tisch. How about Steve Tisch? Listen, guys, I want to tell you about Sean Morris. Sean Morris, I used to call Tony Page the voice of reason. You are. Ding, 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 ding. The new voice of reason. Let me tell you something why. All right, the Jets. You know what, guys? The history of Jets. I guess I have to go back to. Well, I guess I go back to maybe Cogswell Coggs and possibly the days of the Jetsons and and what's his name, Spacely, with Mr. Spacely, because this organization is a joke. Don't you think they've learned from the actual team that's next door to them in the same building, guys? Forget it. It's not going to happen. So, Sean, I got to tell you about the Yankees because you're so right about this. You hit the nail on the head. They do the same damn thing they did last year. Sean, can you tell Mr. Cashman that you can't build an all right-handed team and you can't build an all left-handed team with DHs?
I think we're pretty
actually have,
Yeah, I got you. But you lost me when you called Sean the voice of reason. That's when I was like, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if he's right. But he is right about the Jets. And it's not even learning from the Giants. It's learning from yourself. It's learning from your history. It's learning from you need to trust who you hire. And then once you deem this isn't working, get rid of them and hire someone else. That's what I think is best ownership. I think when you're hands-on like this, it's a recipe for a disaster. Ozzy and Woodridge. What's up, Ozzy?
What up, Ozzy?
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
All's well.
Good, man.
Except I'm seeing this news that Artemis 2 might be delayed for a month.
Oh, come on. That's the thing that's going to the moon.
I know.
Fuel leak.
Fuel leak.
What?
Artemis 2 launch delayed till March after a fuel leak discovered in test launch.
Damn it.
Sorry, Ozzy. Didn't mean to disrupt you.
No, that's all right. Is that going to be with astronauts on it, or it's like not man or woman powered?
No, it is. There'll be 3 astronauts, 2 Americans, 1 Canadian, going around the moon, not landing on the moon.
Yeah.
But I thought that's why you were calling, because it said jet stuff. So, jet.
You're funny.
But listen, Tiki, just like you, I remember the Challenger disaster, knock on wood, so make sure all safety precautions are taken care of.
Yeah, you and I are the same age, so we were impacted by that.
Yeah, no, I've heard about it, and Big Mac made a very inappropriate joke about it on the air the other day. I don't know if you heard that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was. I couldn't believe it, but whatever. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up. Yeah. Go ahead, Ozzy.
Well, that's why they give him the disrespect of calling him McGonagall in the middle of 19,000 people at
That's
UVF.
True. No, you're right about that. No, you're right.
Poor jokes like that.
You're right.
Yeah,
poor taste. I agree with you. Go ahead.
Imagine if the Super Bowl, one of those owners this week, were named in that Epstein file and won a elephant in the room conundrum the NFL would have.
I think he would handle it the same way.
Yeah.
I think the commissioner would be like, yeah, we're investigating and try to move on. And I think most people would move on. And that was kind of the prediction I had yesterday. And I think that's what's exactly going to happen. We played the clips. We respond to it. And I think by tomorrow, it's not really talked about anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, but there would be the elephant in the room constant if it was one of the 2 owners. So, But be that as it may. Tommy's name was invoked before by Sean during his Cinco.
Yeah, Tommy Lugauer.
To his show.
The great Tommy
What's
Lugauer. You talking about Tommy Lugauer, our guy? Yeah, what's up?
Before that, Evan, I noticed one of your idiosyncrasies when you got the jet news from earlier.
Yeah.
When you're under stress and like aggravated.
What do I do?
You pet your own hair like you're petting a cat.
100%. You're 1,000. And speaking of Tommy, he would tell me that all the time. He'd be like, Evan, anytime you get like upset or nervous or anxious, you start touching your hair. And that was a part of his imitation of me.
Why?
Watching a Met game is petting my hair because I get nervous. No, it's an absolute tick that I have when I'm mad or nervous about sports. He's spot on. You're right.
Yeah, well, I figured since you're going to Joe B me about my hair tips to you, I might as well just put it onto the radio myself without getting Joe B. But Tommy's at home, ironically enough, probably petting his cat right now.
By the way, speaking of his cat, I got to play a phone call for you. Did you hear this last night?
I did not.
Someone called in and suggested Tommy name his cat basically after my cat. I had a cat many years ago. Her name was Freedom.
Right.
I think you're aware of this. Take a listen to this phone call. This is an actual phone call last night, the Tommy Lugauer show right here on the Fan.
888-808-1019 is the phone number to call. Steve is in Westchester. What's up, Steve?
Yo, Loogie, big fan.
Appreciate you, dude. What's up?
I got a name for your the cat.
Well, let me. I appreciate that, Steve. We are probably going to name it Onyx, but
Well, that's a stupid name. I got a better name.
Well, hold on a second here. I can't, Steve, go home to my wife and say it's a stupid name.
It is a stupid
I can't do
name.
that. The look in her
Well, you
eyes
can
when
give her a
she
better
landed
name.
on Onyx or whatever the hell the name is. I might be getting the name wrong, but I heard half of what she said. I think it was Onyx. Anyway, the point is,
What if you gave her a better name?
But better in the eye of who?
Of you? Of everybody listening?
Okay, we'll be the judge. What do you got?
Freedom.
Evan named his cat Freedom. I'm not a swagger jacker. They called that a biter back in the day in the 90s. I can't do that. He named his cat Freedom, and he sprinkled her ashes at Gettysburg when she died.
True.
So I'm not going the direction of Freedom.
How about
Plus,
that?
I'm a person that puts team over country. Let's be honest.
What?
WBC, I put Mets over USA.
Can you believe-
Olympics, I put Islanders over USA. Call me nuts, but I'm team over country.
We got it, Tom.
And I'm not using Evan's name.
Okay. I got it.
Instead, you're going to do Onyx?
Isn't Freedom a better name? I can't believe someone
When I
called
hear
in.
Onyx, I only think of Slam. Let the boy be boy. Slam.
You think that's what his wife's thinking about?
I don't know, but you should. Maybe that's my era. Maybe he's too young for that. But
So would you go with Freedom like that caller said, or would you go with Onyx?
what kind of cat is it?
I don't even know.
I think it matters what the cat looks like.
And by the way, one other thing about that caller. Did you hear what happened next?
What?
Here's the producer telling Tommy Lugauer some information about that caller.
You know who just called?
Who's that?
That wasn't Steve from Westchester.
Who was that?
That was Evan Roberts in a disguised
Was it really?
voice. Yep.
Boy.
No, it wasn't.
There must be literally nothing going on in his life right now to do that.
That was not you.
Why would I sniff that out? Did he have like a voice synthesizer on it? He sounded like Craig's machine. We got to go to a break. So let me get this straight, Nico. You know I love you. Fellow Long Islander, fellow Islander fan, Knick fan, Met fan, Giant fan. Evan Roberts had this big concoction, this big plan to hoodwink me on the radio. And you went along with it?
This is true.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Now, did he just call in? Hey, it's Evan. What's up? It's Evan. I want to prank Loogie.
No, so his name actually popped up on the caller ID.
Come on.
So as soon as he started talking, I knew it was him. And
Right.
I was like...
He didn't even have to tell you.
Right.
First of all,
And he was like, pretend that I'm Steve from Westchester.
Where'd he come up with? First of all, Evan lives in Westchester. I should have sniffed that out. How about change the different town that you're in?
all right,
Evan
enough,
will never
enough.
be.
That wasn't me. I can't believe that this Nico is claiming it was me.
Was it you?
Did it sound like me?
I don't know. Play it again.
Well, Steve is in Westchester. What's up, Steve?
Yo, Loogie, big fan.
Appreciate you, dude. What's up?
I got a name for your the cat.
Well, let me. I appreciate
You guys
that,
think
Steve.
that's
we are
me?
probably
Hold
going
on.
to name it.
Be quiet.
Onyx.
I gotta hear
but
this.
Well,
that's a stupid name. I got a better name.
hold on a
Yeah,
second.
it's
here.
definitely
Oh
him.
my God, it is you.
Go home to my wife.
All
and say
right.
it's-
That's a pretty good talent by you.
So I got an
Hey,
issue.
Loogie.
Why did Nico sell me out though?
That's messed up.
Nico's an honest man.
Yeah,
I've known
he
Nico
is.
now for a while.
But like, so here's what happened. It was Jet's idea. I was putting him to sleep, and he's like, I want to call in and give Tommy a cat name idea. And I said, okay. By the way, one ring, and it was like easy. So that's kind
I
of cool.
told you, play that Super Bowl tonight. All right.
So Jet then decides, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, oh, jeez. So I take over, and I think quickly, you know what? I'll go with Freedom.
Right.
I'll make myself Steven Westchester. I didn't plan it out. And so Nico did say, hey, Evan, I see your name on the phone. I was like, don't tell him that. We'll have
Right.
some fun. But I didn't tell him right after. Go tell Tommy.
Right.
This could have been going on forever. He wouldn't have known. He had no freaking idea.
That's great.
So are we mad at Nico, or do we? He's an
we
honorable
forgive
guy.
Nico. He's honorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. In his
Yeah,
world,
he's trying to gain favor with his new, I guess, host.
yeah, you would want Tommy to feed you the honest info back in the day. He's trying to,
Yes.
yeah, that's what he's trying to be honest with Tommy.
You
That's
think
a great job by you.
Oh, thank you. Should I do it again? Or do you think it'll be too obvious?
You gotta
you
wait.
can get away with it, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I got to change my voice again.
Yeah.
Hey there, Tommy. Big fan. My name is Kermit. I want to talk about How come you don't talk about the Tish situation? You haven't brought it up one time. What are you skipping the podium on this? You're a big Giant fan. Haven't you say a damn word about the Epstein files? Should I try that? That would piss him off.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
going to do that.
That's a tough spot.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I'll do something else.
You'll come up with
I'll come up with something else. All right, quick break. We'll come back with more of your calls. 888-808-1019. It is Evan and Tiki on a busy Tuesday.
Even at 50, I still train my butt off. And recovery matters. That's why I use GAT Sports' new creatine chews. No powder, no mess, no shaker cups. Just great flavors like grape, cotton candy, lemon lime, and my favorite, fruit punch on the go. 5 grams of creatine per serving. Save 30% off your first bottle at gatsport.com with code TIKI10. Tiki30, that is. Code TIKI30. That's GAT sport.com with code TIKI30. GAT Creatine Chews. Fuel up. Compete harder. Let's go.
This portion of the program was sponsored by IHateMyEnergyBill.com. Are you sick of insane utility bills? Go to IHateMyEnergyBill.com to find out if your home qualifies for solar with zero out-of-pocket costs. See your bills dwindle with solar panels and get your free savings report today at IHateMyEnergyBill.com.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books with what's your own sports. Nuggets square off with the Pistons in Detroit, and we're getting the greatest player on the planet at a discount value right now. Nikola Jokic is still working his way back from the knee injury, so his minutes have been restricted. That being said, the Nuggets have a back-to-back these next 2 days. I think it's likely Jokic plays close to 35 minutes and then is out tomorrow. So I'll take the over on his points plus rebounds plus assists for this game. He's also Nikola Jokic, so he's very capable of lighting it up anyway. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter, beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hey, it's Tiki here. I'm constantly on the go between the fan, taking care of my kids, various events, meetings, football games. The list goes on and on and on. But one of the things I value most is feeling safe and also knowing that my family is safe when I'm not with them at home. That's why I turn to our great partners at Sloman's Home Security to install their innovative ShieldLink system in my own house. The Sloman ShieldLink system is a smart home security solution that easily and seamlessly combines safety, convenience, and most importantly, peace of mind. Whether I'm home or away, I can manage anything right from my phone. My security system, home automation, my entertainment system, everything is right there at my fingertips. Our security lighting turns on as soon as we turn our alarm system on. So whether we're home going to sleep or away, we know that we're safe and our home feels protected. Just give them a call at 1-800-ALARM-ME or visit online slomans.com to learn how Sloman ShieldLink can give you peace of mind in your home and when you're on the go, just like me.
MSC Cruises feel so stylish and European. Let's espresso and gelato.
Espresso and gelato? Those aren't verbs.
Yeah, on MSC Cruises they are.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm into the American stuff. Let's coffee and soft serve.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe later we can chaise lounge and espadrille?
I think you mean pool chair and flip-flop.
Cruise from $199 plus get up to $500 onboard credit and kids sail free. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is making every moment of Super Bowl 60 count with DraftKings Live Millions, featuring over $5 million in prizes. Here's how it works. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and get your promo token. Place a live bet of $1 or more on the Super Bowl, and you're in. And every live bet means another shot to win. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WFAN. That's code WFAN. Bet live for your share of $5 million in prizes with code WFAN. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Minimum odds minus 500. Prizes either bonus bets or single use 20 20% profit boost. Max bet $20 that expire in 30 days. See official rules at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos for entry period and free method of entry. Sponsored by Crown Gaming Inc.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
Fun is in the driver's seat at Nielsen Dodge. Get a great deal on the new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram you really want with zero down payment available, plus the credit help you need. Shop online at nielsendodge.com. President's Day sales event.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Reports say Patriots owner Robert...
It's pretty damn cold outside, so the fans got the hot stove keeping you warm.
Giddy up, baby! Giddy up! Gone! A home run by Cody Bellinger!
The Fan has you covered as the Yankees and Mets gear up for spring training. And we'll keep you covered. Your home for New York baseball is 101.9 FM WFAN. And always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is a battle right now between the Giant fan that remains optimistic because John Harbaugh is the head coach and the Giant fan who hates Matt Nagy because they do exist, Tiki.
I don't think they hate Matt Nagy. I think that they're not inspired.
That's the word. They're uninspired by this hire. Yes. Matt Nagy is the new offensive coordinator of the New York Giants. And as I was explaining earlier, I think the negativity from some Giant fans is just simply behind the resume and the ranks. Just a very basic thing. You go to Pro Football Reference. We can all do it. You see, oh, he's the OC of the Chiefs for the last 4 years. Where are their ranks? Oop, they've gone backwards. Oh, he was the head coach of the Chicago Bears. What happened to their offensive rankings? Oh, they went backwards. And I think it's a very basic thing, but I think that's what's going on.
Right.
I still fall on the line of, and this is how I would be if I was a Giant fan. This is what I try to do as a talk show host. What would I think if I'm a fan of that team? I would be in such awe that John Harbaugh is my head coach that I would put my arm around them and say, I trust you, buddy.
About it. Not worried overly about who the coordinators are because I trust John Harbaugh is going to hire the right ones.
And you know what else? I not only trust John Harbaugh will hire the right ones, and Connor Hughes put this out earlier today, and he's 100% right. I also trust that if it's not the right one, he'll fire him and move on.
Yeah, he's not hanging on for 2 years just because it's on his resume that he hired that guy.
No. I mean, we've saw it in Baltimore. He moved on from coordinators. Mm-hmm. So I think there are two camps right now. I understand it. The camp of, look at his resume. He's not that good. What are we doing? And then the camp of, we got this Super Bowl winning head coach who knows what the hell he's doing. I trust him.
Right.
Even if the OC is an inspiring hire.
Right. But I would also argue that the resume of Matt Nagy is not as bad as people want to say it is. It's just not.
It's just because you look at the offensive ranks and it's not that good.
Right.
That's it. The problem is we're talking about an offensive coordinator that didn't call plays, and so we don't know specifically the good and the bad and what's his fault and not his fault.
Nor did he have roster control.
Right. And speaking of roster control, that's where I've reevaluated LaFleur. Mike LaFleur, the one who got the Arizona job.
Yes.
When he was here, I looked at him and said, oh, my God, here's what Robert Saleh did. He hired a first-time OC, doesn't know what he's doing. What a disaster. I look back on his time here and say, Zach Wilson was a lost cause. I don't know how bad LaFleur actually was.
Right.
Roster control matters.
He was also a rookie, and he was given the job. There was no competition. He didn't have to earn it. And so you have a kid who thinks he's really good, has lots of confidence. None of that is a bad thing. But then when he's not, can't be corrected in any way.
Right.
Because your coordinator doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
That's where it got bad.
Yeah, and it got bad, all right.
Yeah.
888-808-1019. Let's go to Al in New Jersey. What's up, Al?
Hey, guys. How are you? Honor to talk to you, Tiki.
Thank you.
First off, my birthday's August 31st, so I love your plan, Evan, because I would stay 30 for the rest of my life. I'll be really happy with that.
There it is.
That's right. See?
There it is. Exactly. Exactly. In light of Sean's report, I'm looking at basically that Aaron Glenn was demoted to the defensive coordinator. You think this is a conspiracy theory for Tiki?
That's interesting.
Do you think there's any chance that they're offering Frank Reich the head coaching job in all but name?
What do you think of that conspiracy?
I mean, that is a really interesting thought. I don't think that that's going to happen because you just can't. The money tells you that Aaron Glenn is the head coach. He's making $12 million. So even if he's not the head coach and it's Frank Reich as a proxy, then it's still Aaron Glenn because he's making the most money. But I do kind of see this becoming an offensive head coach and a defensive head coach.
So
and being run that way. Like it's fourth down and now let's say I'm Frank Reich and you're Aaron Glenn, even though the races are wrong here. It
doesn't have to be based on that.
Because I should be Aaron Glenn in this scenario.
No.
And you should be Frank Reich.
Oh, that's right, because you did play offense. So
no, because you're white and I'm black.
Why does the race have to matter in
because
that?
I'm just making an example.
Okay, fine.
But I'm
the white Frank Reich. You got it.
No. I'm the white Frank Reich.
Oh, that's right.
And you're the black Aaron
And
Glenn.
I'm Aaron Glenn.
And
All
so
right.
we're on offense. And I'm Frank Reich, and I'm calling it's 3rd and 6. And all right, we're going to run this trips doing blah, 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 blah. Run the play. It's 4th and now in a yard. And I'm like, hey, coach, talk back to the head coach. Hey, coach, we're going for this, all right? I believe this is why, blah, blah, blah. And you now have to say, okay or no.
Well, based on your plan, it would be okay. Like he's coaching the offense,
and
so
I'm
coaching the
I got
defense.
my play. I have it already dialed up. Let's go.
Yeah.
So I could see that kind of relationship happening.
It was about, Sean would know this because he's like obsessed with Josina Anderson, who's a reporter.
Not anymore. I can't see any of her stuff.
Oh, she blocked you?
Oh, a while ago, yeah.
Really?
I joined the list.
Oh, so you may not be aware of this. So Josina Anderson suggested that because the Browns are having a tough time deciding between Jim Schwartz and Todd Monken, that they hire co-head coaches. I think that was Josina. Was that not Josina Anderson?
Well, first of all, I didn't see it.
So who was it?
I didn't see any of that.
Someone suggested.
You don't tell me that.
No, it was Josina Anderson. I remember it now.
She suggested co-head coaches.
Hold on, I want to get this straight. I think what she did is she said, someone told me that they should do this. Well, let me search her tweets and find
That's
co-head
like
coach.
saying, some people say.
Right.
No, you're saying you just don't want to be on the hook for it.
Yeah, I got to find it. I'm like 98% confident.
Are you sure you're not like Wesley Steinberg here?
No. You're good at this. Go through her tweet. Go through her tweets.
I cannot go through her tweets.
Right.
She blocked me for the 4th time.
All right, I'll go through them. Oh, I got it. I found it. Okay. I'm going to read the tweets from 5 days ago. One league source just told me, in his opinion, the Browns should do something different. Make Todd Monken and Jim Schwartz co-head coaches to assuage this conundrum.
What league source is saying that? And if that league source has any kind of job, they should be fired immediately. One league source, my ass.
Trey Wingo. You know Trey Wingo?
Yes.
Trey Wingo's response. Did that league source just fail a drug test?
Exactly. My response is exactly like Trey Wingo's.
What are we doing here? She put that out there?
Yes, and she responded to Trey Wingo.
She's a league source.
She said, I'm sure to let them know you wonder if they do drugs, and Lord knows what else? ? So she fought back with people, but yes, that's how it was worded. A league source to her suggested that the Browns do the co-head coach thing.
Don't you have to preface it by saying this sounds like the most insane thing, but you wouldn't believe what one league source told
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
I mean, can I see a precedent? anywhere.
I got it.
Go ahead.
It's old baseball. Is that okay?
No.
Come on. You never heard of the College of Coaches? Google it. Chicago Cubs, early 60s. I don't make this crap up. In fact, I blew Tiki's mind last night. That sounds weird. I started texting him videos of Richard Nixon doing interviews about the Mets. So he was watching old Richard Nixon videos.
Screw him. He's dead.
That is not appropriate.
1961 and 1962.
There you go.
An experimental, failed operative word management system instituted by owner P.K. Wrigley.
I didn't say it worked.
Replacing a single manager with a rotating committee of 8 coaches.
Yeah.
What in the hell?
So basically, Josina Anderson's league source is suggesting that the Browns try that. And our last caller, and he was half joking, suggested that that's maybe what the Jets are trying to do.
No. Not the Jets aren't trying to do a dual coaching situation. What he was suggesting was that Woody actually demoted Aaron Glenn to defensive coordinator.
Oh, and make Reich the
and
head
then
coach.
he's going to hire Frank Reich.
You're right.
As the head coach.
Right.
Not in name.
Right. Yeah. I think I'm more on Josina's idea of just, you're the offensive guy, you're the defensive guy. Now, it obviously doesn't work.
No.
But yeah, I didn't make that up. That was a real tweet from me. Aren't you glad she blocked you? Because that would have been awesome for you to read 5 days ago.
I'm so happy. It's actually a great world to not argue with nonsense. It's a great world.
We'll get back to your calls in a second. 888-808-1019. Evan Tiki on the Fan.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. It's not easy being an accident victim these days. I mean, how do you choose the right lawyer? The radio, TV, buses, and billboards are filled with law firms making the same old promises, bragging about the same big results. They talk about their proven track record and hope they'll get you to sign on the dotted line. But then what? If a lawyer tells you from day one what your case is worth, please turn around and run. If a lawyer tells you how quickly they'll get your case settled, I beg you, turn around and run. The right lawyer is not a fortune teller. The right lawyer is honest, straightforward, and knows every case is different. He or she will have the experience to get you every dollar you deserve at the right time. So if you want to know your rights and you want to be told the truth, call D'Agostino & Associates today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24 and ask for me, John D'Agostino, because I've been there and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive for just $299 a month with zero due at sign. Or even save up to $7,000 on remaining 2025 Kia Telluride. What we say is what it is, period. See ya at John Starks Kia.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. 7,000 dealer discount. Expires March 3rd.
Shop snack favorites at Whole Foods Market. Get 30% off select snacks like Kettle, Late July, and more with Prime through February 3rd. Perfect for movie nights and game day watch parties. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Be there at Barclays Center on February 15th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for your tickets to the 100-year tour.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It may be last call for football, but FanDuel is giving you a daily profit boost every single day leading up to the big game. Today's 30% profit boost is on the rushing markets, rushing yards over under, alt rushing yards, and most rushing yards. Do you think Kenneth Walker will rush for over 76.5 yards? Maybe you'll lower Drake May's rushing total to 30-plus yards instead of 36.5. Or maybe you'll take either Ramondre Stevenson or Travion Henderson to have the most rushing yards over Kenneth Walker. All you have to do is opt in each day and place an eligible bet to use that day's profit boost. Play your game with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of Super Bowl 60. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure, and when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-3669. It's Dunkin's world, and you're living in it, which means breakfast is easy and costs $5 with Dunkin's $5 meal deal. You get 6 crispy hash browns, a wake-up wrap, and a medium hot or iced coffee. Whatever your mood calls for. Bring your friend, your brother, your mother, your cousin, or just bring yourself. Because at Dunkin', they make deals for everyone. Get Dunkin's $5 meal deal only at Dunkin'. No substitutions. Participation and times may vary. Offer price varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. We'll set you up for the night. The Knicks are in Washington tonight. Wonder how many people did the Islander-Knick double dip the last 2 nights. The Nets welcome LeBron and the Lakers to Brooklyn. On the ice, Columbus visits the Devils, and a pretty important 2 points for 2 teams in the hunt category. The Islanders, with their lives on the line, meanwhile, visit Pittsburgh trying to stay in playoff position.
Yeah, Knicks take on the Washington Wizards, and it's weird because if you're a Knick fan who's in the weeds, you want the Wizards to start winning games because you own their first-round pick as long as it's not in the bottom 8. And right now, they're in the bottom 8. So obviously you want your team to win tonight. That goes without saying. But you would like the Washington Wizards to win a handful of games because it would help you get a pick. Right now, the Wizards are 13-35. So they are tied for the fewest wins, the second fewest wins after the Sacramento Kings. So let's go Wizards, because I'm a Net fan and I'm tanking.
Yeah.
And they're playing the Lakers tonight. So there's your basketball. The other thing is, and we'll spend more time on this tomorrow and Thursday. Obviously, the trade deadline is Thursday. There were 2 conflicting reports on the status of Giannis and the Knicks' interest. Ian Begley has continued to say they're interested.
Right.
They are, not that they're going to get him, but that they're trying. While Shams nationally has basically said they're not that interested. So how do I surmise that?
Yeah, they could both be right.
I think
interested now versus interested next after the season.
Yes, I think they're interested. I also think they know they're not getting him before Thursday.
Right.
It's just not happening. It's so complicated as we've gone over. So I think it's, yeah, we're interested, but we know it's not happening. What you want if you're a Knick fan is for him to not be traded. Because A, he doesn't go to a potential conference rival like the Miami Heat or the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Toronto Raptors. And then B, it opens up the scenario that next offseason, let's see the lay of the land. The Knicks will have more tradable picks. We'll see where this season goes. And it gives you the possibility of trading for him next year. So the best case scenario if you're a Knicks fan is that Giannis just doesn't get traded.
Right. And you get him in the offseason.
If need be.
If need be. And you don't win a championship this year, so people aren't saying run it back. Even if you do run it back, you can run it back differently.
I think it depends the way the season ended on how Knicks fans would feel. Like, if they lost before the conference finals, there would be, we got to go get Giannis.
100%.
I think anything past that, it's a debate. Like, I could see a scenario where they lose in the NBA Finals, but they lose in 5 to the Thunder, and they feel a million miles away, and Knicks fans are like, yeah, we got to the Finals, but what did you do?
Right. The only way it doesn't become an off-season thing is if they win.
You win an NBA title? Yes. I think that one is...
Do whatever you want. Even though Golden State won, and then they went and got KD.
Yeah. We're different.
Yeah, of course.
Also,
It wasn't dynastic.
They also didn't give anything up significant to get him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to gut a big part of your roster to trade for him. But I mentioned earlier about the James Harden stuff, which is fascinating, that Harden went to the Clippers reportedly and said, all right, I'm done. And they're orchestrating a trade that's likely going to go down in the next 48 hours of Harden going to Cleveland for Darius Garland. I was also reading a report on Yahoo about Cleveland's grand plan could be they trade for Harden, they trade Evan Mobley and 2 number 1s for Giannis, and then LeBron comes home as a free agent.
Oh, God.
And they could form LeBron, Giannis, Harden, and Donovan Mitchell in 2027. That'd be stupid.
You think they would win?
No.
They'd age out.
I think that...
They would age out. I think that's what would happen.
I think a combination of aging out and haven't we learned that this just doesn't work? I learned it doesn't work.
Well, it worked once. And that's why people think that it can always work.
It worked one time.
Twice,
because I'll include the Celtics. I thought they were the original super team.
True.
The Garnett.
Yeah, but that was,
Paul Pierce,
it was quick,
right?
though. It was only one.
Yeah, well, it was one, and it happened right away.
Yeah.
Like, even the Heat didn't win right away. They lost in the NBA Finals.
Right.
It took them a couple of years to win. But that's just it's a wild fantasy. We'll keep an eye on it. The one thing I do think is going to happen is I do think James Harden's going to be traded to Cleveland, which is crazy. Now, let's get your calls, 888-808-1019. Steve in Naples, Florida. Hey, Steve.
Hey, look, I think it's going to come down to Jackson Dart. Doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator is. As long as Jackson Dart does well, if he's going to be good, it's not going to matter who. What I am concerned about is I think there's that aspect of his game that can't be coached out. I don't know if he can hold up to the pounding and the weather in the Meadowlands. And I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but, boy, Mendoza's tempting. Why not give Dart and the 5th pick to the Raiders and take Mendoza?
What do you guys think of that?
No, thank you.
We're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, hold on. I know your opinion, Tiki.
Mm-hmm.
But Sean is still in the honeymoon. He's in the I trust John Harbaugh phase. And I remember asking this to you guys as a hypothetical months ago. But now it's real. John Harbaugh is your head coach. If John Harbaugh feels his best scenario is taking Dart and the pick and trading for Mendoza, would you say, well, I trust John Harbaugh, or are you turning on him?
I would lose trust in John Harbaugh in a big way. Because what happened to this is the reason you picked the job.
Right.
Changed his mind.
He did say that.
Yep. So I'm good on that. I can't trust your decision making.
Wow, so you turn on him.
I would turn on him, which is why it won't happen.
Wow. Okay. No, I mean, it's not going to not happen because you wouldn't trust you turning on him. Is that what you just said?
No, I'm saying
that your threat on Sports Talk Radio is going to cause John Harbaugh not to do that? Come on.
What?
What are you, delusional?
When did I say that?
That's what it just sounded like.
No, I said it's not going to happen because it's not going to happen.
No, I don't think it's going to happen either. I was just asking you. We just took a caller.
Are you okay? Did you have like a moment like Men in Black flashed your brain? You didn't hear what I said?
No, I heard what you said. It made it seem like your threats are why John Harbaugh wouldn't make the trade.
My threats? No, I would hope John Harbaugh isn't listening to my threats.
You think he's listening?
Not as much.
Boone clearly listens.
Yeah, not as much as Boone.
I don't think so.
If there's a time for John Harbaugh to listen, it'd be now because it's just all love. It's just all, he's great. He's so smart. I don't like this hire, but he's so smart. He knows what he's doing. Steve in Bayside. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, and Sean, it did sound like that, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, now, Evan, let's do a little exercise. Just bear with me, okay?
Go ahead.
Let's say that this whole thing with Stephen Tisch. Let's say that the guy who he was associated with was not named Epstein, but was named, I don't know, let's say he was named Robert. Now I want you to explain to me what he did wrong.
Well, he didn't legally do anything wrong that we know of. There's a chance that he did because we don't know if those women were
underage,
professional workers. We don't know enough about them. But my point is not that he's definitely done something wrong, but the one thing I already know is that he was associating with someone who we all knew even then was scum and someone you shouldn't associate with. And if you're the league, you could very well say, hey, that's a bad enough look for us. Just that.
No, I don't. There's no chance. There's no chance that will be. There's no chance that will be conduct detrimental.
No, I know it won't because the league's not going to do anything. But I'm saying they could
because I think a lot of these owners I'm not accusing anybody of anything, associate with people who were as bad.
I agree. By the way, I'm not even disagreeing on why nothing would happen. I'm just I'm trying to answer your question. Do you disagree with that, Steve?
No. Well, the league just put somebody who was found to be with prostitutes, and they just put him in the Hall of Fame.
Well,
So,
he actually didn't get in the Hall of Fame, and the league has nothing to do with the Hall of Fame. So a couple of things. Robert Kraft, there's reports that have come out, I think it was this morning, he's not getting into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
That is not a league decision. That is the museum and their system of voting decided not to put him in. We went over this briefly yesterday with the Bob Kraft situation. The reason they didn't do anything is because there was an ongoing legal investigation and everything was dropped. And so I think in that case, they were following the investigation. There is no investigation into anybody in the Epstein emails. There's nothing. Not one person has served any time other than Giselle Maxwell.
Right.
But yet, if you're connected in a way that's embarrassing or disgusting, it's going to ruin your reputation. So I think they're different, despite the Kraft comp, which I understand, which is why we brought it up yesterday. There are differences between the Bob Kraft situation and this.
Right. And the league is going to do what the league is going to do. Likely not much.
Nothing.
And that is what it is.
And you know what's going to happen? It's going to go away. And unless we bring it up again, which I can't even guarantee we will, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, oh, don't worry.
Or something else comes out.
Yeah, well, then things could change. But if nothing else comes out, like this is the last document dump involving Steve Tisch, I don't think anything happens. And I even wonder, and this is another thing I'm not sure of, if anyone's going to ask Giant ownership anything, because they're not talking openly. They're not meeting the media very often.
And nor should they.
Well, John was meeting the media, which he has every right not to now because of everything he's going through. Would someone ask the question? Maybe. I don't know. It also depends on timing. Is it a year from now or is it 6 months from now? Let's go to Checo in Waldwick, New Jersey. What's up, Checo?
Hey, guys. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
How you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Well. Thanks for asking.
I have a question. So I have two questions. What do you guys think of Arthur Smith for the Jets, for the head coach, who coached the Bucks? I mean, the Falcons and the
Steelers.
Bucks. And for the Giants, I think my prediction, I think the Giants are going to go to the playoffs in 2026, like next season. Then in 2027, I think they have a chance at the Super Bowl. Because the talent that they have, and they have John Harbaugh as
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, and Tiki, you can answer the question. It was just a blockbuster NBA trade that I don't think enough people are going to care about. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I will say it because it's like pretty stunning. Doesn't involve the Knicks. That's why I'm like, don't worry, Knicks fans. The Memphis Grizzlies are trading Jaren Jackson Jr., John Conchar, Jock Landale, and Vince Williams to the Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 first-round picks. Wow. So I guess the only connection would have been, I know Knicks fans would have been drawn in by a Jaren Jackson Jr., a potential cat trade. So I guess Utah's like, let's go.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's try to win.
And Walter Clayton Jr. was the star of last March, if you remember.
No, I know.
Right.
Yeah, I think you wanted the Nets to draft him with one of their 5 first-round picks.
And 3 first-round picks?
3.
Wow.
Yeah.
But those are probably 28, 29, 30.
Yeah, but the Jazz have to start winning games. Otherwise, those picks could be very valuable. How about that? So that's a big NBA trade that I guess the only local impact would be if you thought the Knicks were trading for Jaren Jackson Jr. That's not happening.
Yeah, this is not exactly a trade that's going to shock the Super Bowl week at Radio Row here.
No.
Okay. I was shocked a little bit by it. I'm still digesting it.
I understand. No, I think
it's like the first 2 names are the ones you know. Jaren Jackson, Walter Clayton. I guess Niang as well. But
3 first-round picks, too. How about that?
That's the thing that catches me. 3 players and 3 first-round picks.
I mean, the Knicks traded 5 for Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, but he was, the Infinity Stone, the last Infinity Stone.
He's the Infinity Stone. Let's go to Constantine in Homedale. What's up, Constantine?
How we doing?
Good.
Just, I just want to get your opinion on the Matt Nagy hire. I think that is the worst candidate for the offensive coordinator job we could have hired.
Tell me why.
I think it is.
Tell me why.
Because What has this guy done? With the Chiefs last year, Mahomes had one of the worst offensive seasons he's had when he's been in the league. Matt Nagy has improved. He's an offensive coordinator in this league. I don't think he has.
Is that because his wide receivers were bad and one of them was suspended? One of them got hurt. Travis Kelce's 38 years old. Their offensive line has been compromised. So shouldn't we be talking about Brett Veach and perhaps Andy Reid as the play caller?
I know. Listen. You got a good point there. I just think there's better options for us. Listen, John Harbaugh nailed it on the spot. Good hire. Denard Wilson. That's a good hire in my opinion.
Agreed.
I think that defense coordinator that's our biggest. We needed that hire. And Denard Wilson, we've on him for years. Good hire. Listen, I've heard the call before say we're making the playoffs next year. Listen, I'm a diehard Giants fan. I'm sorry. Listen, you got to be honest here. We're not ready yet. I think in 2 years we'll make the playoffs. Next year, if we go 7-10, 8-9, maybe seeking the wild card, I don't see us making a playoff push.
Well, Constantine, you know what I predicted? Giants, Chargers, Super Bowl 62.
62?
That's 2 years from now.
Yeah, you did. Did you do that?
I did.
Oh, yeah, the Harbaughs. That's right.
Because the Harbaughs. And John has never lost.
Undefeated against Jim.
To his brother.
I think that...
Look, to answer his point, were there better options that were more elite and whatever, called coordinators? Sure. But you also, when you're a head coach and you're an experienced head coach like John Harbaugh, have to hire somebody that you know you can work with. So it's not, well, I think I'm going to like this kid, or I think I'm going to like this guy. I know I'm going to like him.
That may be a big role in this. As much as I wanted Cliff Kingsbury, and I could see a lot of Giant fans thinking that, it's possible they didn't connect. Yeah. They don't really have a deep connection now.
And that was one of the knocks.
Yeah.
Not that I am following Commanders football closely, but one of the knocks is that he was hard to get along with.
Yeah. And probably one of the reasons he was gone so quickly, as you said.
Right.
Yeah, I think a connection matters.
Talking about Cliff Kingsbury.
Cliff Kingsbury,
by the way.
But I think the Giants are making the playoffs next year. I really do. And a part of why I think that is every single year we do this, we look at the last place teams and say, all right, who's going from worst to first? We did it.
It happens a lot.
It happens all the time. And they are the perfect candidate.
Yeah, because they have talent at places that you absolutely need the talent.
And they've got the coach now. Right. Like, say what you want about this division they're in. I'll tell you right now, despite Nick Sirianni's track record, the best head coach in the NFC East is John Harbaugh. I think we'd all agree with that. And so I think they are tailor-made to be a playoff team next year. And that is not because I see the look that Sean's given me, like, oh, I see what you're doing. You're jinxing. I don't believe in jinxes. I'm giving a sports opinion. Sometimes they're positive about your teams, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes I say the Knicks are going to the finals, and then some years I'm like, you're going to get knocked out early. It's not about what I like or what I want or what I'm rooting for. I'm just telling you, I think they're going to be a playoff team next year. That's it. Simple as that. There's no ulterior motives.
Can you stop speaking for me? I don't think you're trying to jinx him right now.
Well, sometimes you say things and it's like,
sometimes
I felt violated.
Yeah.
What?
You say things.
What?
You say things.
You know, I just tripped and fell while that caller was making the comment about Nagy. It started making me laugh, and I tripped, and like my back is hurting more now.
Oh, great.
Oh, here we
Lovely.
go.
Yeah.
So what are we doing tomorrow? Laying down?
Yes.
To do the show?
That's a fascinating show.
That would be amazing. If we laid down, right now we've been standing up, maybe we laid down. I don't know. If you missed any of the show, though, you could go to YouTube, and in the last 2 minutes, I guess you'll see me trip. I'm not sure if there was a good visual of it or not. But if there was, I'm sure it's a meme. But either way, you could consume the show via the YouTube. You could download the Evan and Tiki podcast, or you can rewind on the free Odyssey app, including right to the beginning of the show, instant reaction to the Nagy hiring, and Sean Morash giving us Jet News. Either way, enjoy the rest of your, what's today, Tuesday? Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Carton Show, Craig Carton, Big Mac, they're coming up next. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Reports say Patriots owner